So you want to learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Ops guy loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place to rather spend the money nice than here. Having a few chuckles and damn good beer.
John's tired of hearing it.
Tommy's will go back up though.
No, because I have to be back there.
It's automatically set to go back up whenever. Oh my god, that wouldn't be obvious or anything.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Two Beerded Guys. I'm TBG_Ops Guy.
Mudhog B&Q.
The lovely man in the middle.
Smo money.
And behind the camera, the one, the only. If it wasn't for the hat, he wouldn't be as ugly today.
Oh.
Off-screen Matt.
Hooday?
Off-screen Hooday.
In all fairness, though, I was absolutely rooting for the Bungles in that because Joe Burrow is the fucking man.
He's pretty fun.
He literally told the NFL to refund those tickets because of all the tickets that were sold for the neutral site, assuming the Bills would win.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that is just...
He also bought the whole team a cruise and didn't go. He's like, I'm not a boat guy.
Yeah. Joe Burrow is... he is the just most
awesome.
gangsta quarterback in the league right now, and I fucking love it. Nobody walks out with big dick energy like he does.
What was it? Somebody posted. They had a post on Twitter. They're like, you should have known Burrow was going to win when he threw this pass in pregame.
Oh, that flips, that
And then
throws,
he just
spin,
kind of slowly spin
and as he
around,
comes
and
all
it's
the
a
way back
perfect
around,
fucking throw.
His warm-up throws look smoother than most quarterbacks. He's just a beast. I hate it because as a Browns fan, watching him play all the time, it's just like,
Oh, goddamn. Fun quarterbacks are fun.
oh, they are.
Yeah.
You're a Browns fan.
I am.
You're a
Unfortunately,
Colts fan.
Yeah, we don't mention this.
we both suck.
I'm a Bears fan, so I get your,
Wow!
I get your pain.
This table is full of misery on this side.
You get our
This
draft,
side of the
you get
camera,
our draft
yeah.
picks this year too.
Yes, I do.
We're gonna trade them. We're gonna trade those.
All right, so as always, we do start off with anticipated beer. So we have the only one that can't be chosen is the last one because we do have a special surprise beer. Shocker, that's been happening a lot lately, and I'm okay with it. Matt, what's your anticipated beer of the night?
Actually, can't go with one smoker like you said. I gotta go with Ale Song. I didn't want to pick it, but
Basic bitch.
All right, I would also go with the Night Terrors because that one's got a
Straight
fun
up
label.
bullied him into
Yeah, you
changing.
did.
Yeah, I'm just so looking forward to it. I got one sitting on top of my fridge. I've been holding off drinking. I want it so bad.
Oh, that's the one I forgot to write down.
The Night Terrors?
The duvet of night terrors.
Yeah.
Although Fan Brewery? Like Timothy?
Yeah.
It's actually his brother.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that'd be awesome.
Could be.
I mean, it could be.
Edward Oliphant.
Good old Eddie
John
Ollie.
Eddie O.
It'd be something dumb. Let's be honest. It'd be something like Philip Oliphant, just like pretentious as fuck. Matt or John, what about you?
There's going to be a lot of really good beer tonight.
Well, we went big
absolutely
tonight.
looking forward
Yeah, don't
to.
pick Ale Song though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I won't bully John for it.
I'm gonna go the Fremont Hazy.
All right.
We like a lot of Fremont stuff, but it's mostly their darker stuff.
This came out of the fresh batch, right?
Yeah,
Let's
that's,
go.
That's where it was. We'll see if
Well,
it is.
we haven't been in the fridge, so.
It was on the outside of the fridge, fresh stuff.
Woohoo! There we go.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best part of winter. That garage stays cold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Smoke.
Especially this week.
I'm going to go with the River Northwood Brewing. It's a style that you don't see a ton of, especially if it's done right, and I'm a fan, so high hopes right now. High hopes.
That's mine too, because
Yeah.
you can ask John. I bring it up every week.
Yeah.
I have wanted to drink it every week, and I just keep going. Smo would appreciate this.
I am honored that
Smo
you
would
did that
appreciate
for me.
this.
Hell yeah.
Now we're gonna open it. It's gonna be shit. I'm gonna be pissed.
I will hold you responsible if it's bad, so.
The second bad River North beer we ever had.
In all fairness, this one was brewed in a long ass time ago, 2012.
Oh.
So
Damn.
Oh.
That's over 10.
yeah, it was aged,
All right.
and then it's been a year since we got it. So.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Now the other one that was aged, that was around the same age, actually it was a year older. The people who brought it back to us because they were out there and they're like, "Hey, we'll just pick up that beer for you," and we're like, "Fuck yeah, all right." So Buddy and Carrie bring it back to us. One of them actually opened in their bag a little bit, and we lost half the bottle. So as soon as they dropped it off, John and I are like, "Well, let's fucking drink it because it's already cracked." It tasted phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, like, my theory is that the one that opened up on the plane ride and was like a week later we got it still tasted good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with this one. I have high hopes.
It opened up in the plane? I thought they drove.
Why would they drive back from Denver?
I don't know. Maybe they drove out. They still like seeing people.
That
like
sounds miserable.
They like to, you know.
I've made that drive.
Yeah, I have too.
It's not fun. No, they flew.
Okay.
Is it like 15 hours from here to Denver?
Well, it depends
It's
on
at least
what you're
12.
taking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like 26 for me, but we were taking a box truck
Oh, sure.
full of shit to move people. The fastest we could go was 55 mile an hour. Well, that's not true. Fastest Jared would drive was 55 mile an hour. We literally stayed the night twice on the way down.
Yeah, I believe it.
For what should be a 15 to 18 hour drive at max.
Oh,
And I was just like, no.
yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. It's
Moving
fine.
on.
I wanted to die when we got there. It's fine. And then we had to unload the box truck.
Oh.
Anyway, so welcome back. I'm excited because if you haven't seen the post, guys, again, about 30 minutes before every show, roughly, sometimes it's a little later because life, we post what beers we're going to have. Now, today we have a surprise beer. But if you want to know kind of when, if there's certain types of beer you really want to make sure you listen to, check that out because we always have our darker beers last, our lighter beers earlier. So if you're more of a dark beer or light beer fan, you can literally look at the picture and be like, oh man, that looks good. I'll make sure I'm on at the beginning of the show, or I'll tune in for hour 2. And if you ever have a question, guys, feel free to ask Matt. Type it in, be like, hey, I'm really interested in when the Demigorgon from, Windmill's going to be on. Like, that sounds great. When's it going to be on? Well, we know it's going to be the last beer before our break tonight. So that's one of those where he can literally make sure, hey, it'll be right around that 1 hour, 45-minute, 1 hour mark kind of thing. That way you guys know. And more questions. We have the smartest man of beer here with us today. The head of brewing operations at Sun King Brewery, the second largest brewery in Indiana. And I'm excited. And our surprise beer is from the largest brewery in Indiana. So,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it's a win-win. Do we have anything on your end?
We
So I
do.
want to drink. So.
We've got Russell Owens.
Russell.
The Love Muscle.
Sounds like a familiar name. Can't place it. What's up, guys? Says Russ. We got Kyle Thomas. Says, what up?
Kyle.
That was a lot, Kyle.
It was a lot of A's. Brett Pittsford says, what's up, guys? How's it going,
Brett.
Brett?
What's up, Brett?
He says, oh, look, we have another phallic object protruding out of someone's neck.
Yay! Good new calendar. Courtesy of Steph.
Got a good old ice stick right there.
Yeah.
The entire calendar is nothing
It's like
but
cocks of nature.
It's it's like
Yeah.
shit that looks like dicks that is in nature. It's great.
Sure.
Yeah. We were pretty excited when we saw it.
Yeah.
Really filled
Not
the
that
whole calendar
excited.
with that.
Not full mass, but maybe half. What else, Matt?
Kyle says, yeah, I'm a lot. And then we got one of these.
Throw the hands up emoji.
Yeah. That's a good description of that.
All right, so our first beer is the Nordertor. Sure. Northern German style Pilsner, 5%. This is from Schilling Beer Company out of Littleton, New Hampshire. Sorry. I just assumed it
Don't
was
fuck it up.
I just assumed it was Littleton because.
Can you imagine
it's
how much
New
they get
Hampshire.
that in that town, though?
Well, the state's small.
probably
They're
hate people
small.
like you.
I think the tallest a person is Steph's height. You know.
Well, because the town's got little in it? Jeez, guy. Townist?
Yeah, that's
The littlest town and littlest state.
With the littlest people.
Ooh, I don't think you can say that anymore, bud.
I didn't call anyone a little person.
You said little people. I mean,
I said littlest of people.
I think that's the appropriate term, though, isn't it?
I think
I
that
don't
is
really-
the
yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
is that still right?
It's still
I figured
right.
that was frowned upon by
All
now.
right, I'm excited for this Pilsner, though. It would have been my anticipated beer if it wasn't for we have so much fire on deck today.
Except for like every other beer.
It's just normally we have like maybe 1 or 2 of these other ones in a list, not Well, we've screwed Smo so many times that
You guys have, and I
we're breaking out
appreciate
the big
it.
one. I told you we had exciting things on deck for your show.
You did. I didn't know what to expect. I was that's good, exciting.
That's,
or
that's
like,
why he brought
hey,
his
this
own
is
beer.
funny,
He's
right?
like, in case
He
they fuck
brought
me
the
again,
extra-
I'm
just
gonna bring
to
something
make
Just
good.
in case, these fuckers.
Well, I loved your comment. Oh, more fruited smoothie sours again. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That is a finish.
A little astringent at the finish there, yeah?
It kind of to me tastes like an ashtray.
Like an ashtray.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's not where I was going,
I
but
wouldn't go that far, but
just that's a bitter finish.
Let me do it in a second. Now this style should be fairly bitter and fairly dry. So
I like the dry, but that was just a lot.
Yeah, the bitterness is maybe a touch more than it should be, but
I like the flavor's nice.
Yeah.
And I love that initial. It's that finish. Just it's. I love West Coast IPAs, and this is catching me off guard.
Yeah.
Aroma's really nice. It smells like a Pilsner. It's earthy, floral.
The more you drink it, the less that bitterness seems to bother you.
I wonder if it's the first beer of the night. This is why it feels more intense than it really is.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And I always anticipate it, a Pilsner being a little bit hoppier and bitter.
Harpier.
Yeah.
He likes to play the he's
So that was even a little bit more than I anticipated.
get out of my head, Danner.
Yeah. A little bit of white grape
Fucking blowing flavor. Jesus. Oh, because Drunk with Buds commented on a couple things.
I was
I was
gonna say,
like, what is the...
how many boobs you getting over there, bud?
None.
Busy day?
No. they all went and got relationships.
Dry day, huh?
I like it. I do.
I like the big gulp.
I don't know if I could drink more than one of these.
No, I think... which is actually kind of nice. It'd be a
Yeah.
Pilsner that you're not going to slam them.
Sure.
You're going to drink it, you're going to enjoy it, and be like, okay, new beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you found the right food to pair this with, I think it would turn out just fine. It's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit rough to drink on its own.
What food would you pair with
Oh,
this?
I was just going to ask.
Ah, beat you. See, I'm smart too. If I asked the same things he wants to ask.
No. Smo just knows how to be on our show after his 30th time.
I think it's 5 now.
I think no, because you've been on the show as a guest 5 times, but didn't you fill in as a host once?
I never filled in as a host.
No, you were just the extra guest that day.
I don't remember.
All
It'd
right.
be interesting to try barbecue chicken with it.
Barbecue chicken? Okay. All right.
I think that could be interesting.
Okay.
I want something salty. I want pork.
I want something fatty with that bitterness.
Give me some pulled
So-
pork. I think
Pulled pork would be good. All right. I like the sweetness and barbecue.
Some chicken thighs.
a little bit of the salt in the pork, a little bit. Chicken thighs would be good too. I want something salty. I think.
Pork belly burn ends.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. That'll work.
You can do that.
A little marriage of everything there.
That's literally the definition of everything
Sweet,
we
salty,
said.
smoky, fatty. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Smo goes, hold on. He wants this. He wants that.
That is literally, and let's be real. Pork belly burn ends is about the answer to everything.
There's very few things that doesn't go well with.
Yeah.
It's
Other
sweet.
than high
It's savory.
cholesterol,
It's
yeah.
salty. It's
Yeah.
your heart
They
might
make medicine
stop.
for that.
Your heart might stop.
You're
It's
a little
fun.
Yeah.
Hey, if when you're eating food, especially barbecue, and your heart doesn't almost want to stop every time, it's not good barbecue.
You gotta snort a line of Lipitor before you do that.
Just get it straight in there, huh?
Right in there. Yeah.
Straight to the dome.
Science. Yeah.
Smartest man.
I mean, he is. Guys, that's a joke. Please
Oh,
no
do
one
not
do
snort Lipitor. I don't know what that would do to you.
that. We don't want to be responsible
Yeah.
for finding out.
Do we need to get a disclaimer?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Two Beerded Guys and not
No,
down the views.
if we had one of those, that thing, it'd just need to be on the screen the
yeah,
whole
it would
time.
just be perpetually at the bottom. Just
Yeah.
Every time Matt talked. Just
All opinion expressed by the guest is not the official opinion of Two Beerded Guys.
Just of Matt.
All right, so just a reminder, our score is very simple. We use the quarter increment scale from Untapped because we're not paying for that 10th shit. 3, though, is perfectly average for us because we like breweries, so we don't want out of a 5 scale for the middle to be perfectly average because that would suck. So 3 is perfectly average. Above that, obviously above average. 4 or higher, seek out. That is where you're finding your beers. It's hitting it on all the flavors they describe. It's hitting you in your flavor profiles, all the stuff. You're going to go back and buy it. Now with that caveat, maybe in like Matt's case, for instance, he doesn't like a sour. He doesn't like that style. But he found one this time that man, normally I wouldn't seek out sours, but this one I would. If I was in the mood for a sour, I would seek this one out. So we that way we're not bumping points down just because, for instance, he's a big Imperial Stout guy and we gave him something that isn't normally his style. So we've adjusted that over the last 3 years. 4, 7, 5, and 5, that's not only seek out, that's tingling your jingles, jingling your tingles, all the good shit.
Tickling your Elmo.
Tickling your Elmo. Under 3 is below average, but that 2.5 to 3 a lot of times can be a lot of core beers where maybe they don't put as much into it because it's not cost effective to over the top your core beers, but it's still very drinkable, very approachable. Under 2.5, whatever. Under 2, you start getting into the all right, that 1 to 175 is I paid for this, it was handed to me, I'm drinking it, whatever. Under 1, 2.5, 0.5, and 0.75. That is drain pour territory. Now, we will never do it on the show because there are sober kids in Africa, but that is drain pour worthy.
You've never dumped out a beer on the show?
Not on the
No,
show.
not on the show.
Really?
Not one time.
Huh.
We have had
We've wanted
more
to.
than a few that we
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah, I think
There
it's
has been
our first
one where I
beer.
legit
Yeah.
went, I don't
Yeah.
think I can do this, and then
Yeah.
just went,
Fuck it.
doomp.
Okay.
But we have not drain poured on the show.
These are brave men. I love it.
Brett says yes. I'm
The
guessing
tickling the elbow.
tickling the elbow.
Yeah. That's something my brother said one day, so we threw it in. He's
I'm
like,
really, I mean, as great as that is, I'm sad that we didn't come up with that.
Yeah, I am too. So it is time to score. John, last minute thoughts and score on this one.
No, I think it's made fine. It's just I don't know if it's the beer, if it's the first beer or what it is, but
It's just
I'm gonna go 2.5 on it.
Wow.
I didn't really enjoy it that much at all.
it's a lot lower than my score. Smoke.
I'm at a 3.75. I think it's very, very lovely. I like the flavors in there. Bitterness is just a touch too high.
For me, I was 3.5.
Okay.
Same reasons, but I couldn't go as high as a 3.75. That just wasn't happening. But 2.5.
Just a 3.25.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've had much better pilsners that are just average.
2.5, 3.5, 3.25.
Bit of a stretch there. You got a full call
Those are the
outlier.
largest discrepancies I've seen here in a while.
It's
I think
in a
everyone's
while. That's
pretty
Yeah.
on the same page. Yeah.
especially the three of us. We tend to be relatively in the same area.
Yeah.
Matt, not that you count, but what would your score be?
Well, we've had a lot of first beers on the show over the last 3 years, and this is the first one that's really kind of stood out with that funkiness. I'm going to agree more towards John's area here. I'm going to 2.75. Like, something just seemed off on the finish that I just did not like it. It looked well enough, mainly as crisp, clear. Just that finish really didn't do it for me.
Sure.
I'm glad I went ahead and did this now.
Yeah, it looks like it's fighting you,
That was a
bud.
thick wax.
Wait for the Floyd's
Thick
one,
dip?
man.
Oh, every time.
I feel like they've
And
gotten
theirs,
better
like,
over the
hold
years,
real
but-
tight a
yeah,
lot
they
of
do,
times,
yeah.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you want it for, though, right?
I mean,
Yes and no.
I want you to do your job, just not real well.
yeah.
Do your job to the point where it's, I need Baker's Mark. Give me a tab to rip off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, they figured it out. Yeah.
Like,
Good.
you could literally dip your own and still have the tab and it worked just fine.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
Why don't they do that
I did
with
it. It
beer?
was
That seems
awesome.
like such
That
a...
was fun.
Yeah,
I
such an
have to. It's
effective...
fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You get an apron and gloves and glasses and stuff.
They do you all up and you get up there and you're like, all right. Then you're doing it. And you're like, mine ended up running like almost down my glove. I was like, my bad, guys. So they're like, okay, twist. Now lift. And I'm like, huh? Oh. And I just like scooped the wax on it. Instead of like doing like the twist and lift like you're supposed to. Straight up, I like, oh. Like,
Yeah.
so wax just ran down my bottle. It was great. I enjoyed it. This lady just literally was like,
I'm sure they get that all day long.
oh, I was
Yeah.
getting.
Oh yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem is, I had a really attractive lady helping me, and like I was definitely paying more attention to her than what I was doing.
And you just-
Probably not safe with hot wax,
That's
but
your point. Or a lot of fun.
Or yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is perfect. All right, before I pour this beer, smell.
Yes. Sir.
I've been having a lot of your newer IPAs lately.
Okay. Thank you.
He's like, so that's the guy. I really love the changes. They're a lot more flavorful.
Yep.
I feel like they're a lot more. Each one's unique too. So you're getting a lot of flavor, but also instead of a lot of people when they run new IPAs out, they'll do different IPAs, but they all end up kind of running together. Each one seems to have a very unique flavor profile, and I'm appreciating that. Which seems to be the one that you guys have had the best feedback on, or which ones are you definitely gonna like plan on continuing on, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's a really good question. Yeah.
Thank you.
So IPAs are tough. If you don't know, we now do a hoppy variety pack that comes out. We're trying to do 3 a year, so every 4 months or so, a new one's gonna come out. 4 different beers each one. Try not to do repeat stuff, but it happens. People like stuff a lot. This most recent pack had 1 repeat beer and then 3 new ones. When we do these, there's a lot of. We've already planned out the next one. We started planning this next pack that will be out in May. We started planning it 2 months ago. So we're looking at not just new hop varieties, but new yeast strains. That's my favorite part of this, is experimenting with different yeast strains that are out there. As far as what sticks, people really seem to like this one called All Them Llamas. It's out right now.
I did enjoy that one.
That one's pretty neat. It's a different yeast strain from Omega Labs. It's called the Stargazer. It's a thiolized yeast, one of those big fancy terms, but I'm a big fan of that beer. I think it's pretty nice. Next pack, we'll have GFJ in it, of course, because it's summertime, as well as...
You guys would get strung up on a flagpole if you didn't, I think.
Right, we need to have GFJ out.
There's a lot of people who'd be mad.
Yep.
I wouldn't be, but there's a lot of people who'd be mad.
Rainbow Haze, we did last year. It's a mango IPA. It's pretty solid. And 2 new ones. One's going to be... I don't know if I can talk about this yet or not, but...
If you can't, you're good. I don't want
Yeah.
to get you in trouble with
one
you.
will be our...
Wait, hold on. Who would you get in trouble with?
Who would get mad at me?
Like,
You're gonna have to write yourself up when you
Let's go on the opposite. You shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I knew better.
One, we're still working on some ideas for it, so I won't give too much away, but it's going to be Galaxy, Liberty, and Nugget hops, so a little mix of new and old varieties.
Okay.
We're still working on the yeast strain for that one, and then the last one's actually going to be our 40th anniversary beer.
oh, hey, there we go.
It'll
See, that's
be
perfect. That's enough teaser to get people excited without getting you in trouble with you.
Done. I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
But we got some fun plans for this next pack. I'm excited for it.
So with that, just say one of the ones in this current one was Llama. Was that one?
No, Llamas was in the last pack. This current one, we have my favorite. It's one called Kangaroo Jumping Jacks.
That's good, too. I think that's my favorite in this pack.
We have one called Pony Boat Rides, which is made of pomegranate, so it's kind of unique.
I think I
we've-
tried that
we've
one. I think you
rides.
maybe tried that
We've
one. That one
effectively
was
dubbed
really
it
good.
PBR. We didn't realize that when we made it, but Pony Boat Rides is PBR.
Oh, it is.
Oh, that's
TBR.
funny.
We always do 3 letter codes for or accounting reasons,
Yeah.
and I was putting one in like PBR. That's funny.
You could also you can steal our term and call it squirt boats.
Squirt boats? What's that?
Just like what it sounds it
So,
is.
bumper
Oh,
boats
okay.
that, the bumper boats that squirt. Yeah.
That's where my mind went to right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
I just want to make sure that that's where we went as well.
Just making sure we're on the same page. Yes.
Yeah, if we told you like we went squirt boating, what would you think it was?
I imagine like a church carnival.
Our next beer is from Mortalis Brewing. It is Apple Pie Diner Pie Series.
Is that
Fruit ale aged with apple, coconut, vanilla, cinnamon, and granola.
that church carnival? They're wet for Jesus.
Yeah, they are.
Wait, there it is. I don't have a button. Yeah, I do.
Jesus.com.
What is this one again? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Apple Pie Diner Series with coconut,
No.
vanilla, cinnamon, and granola. And apple, obviously. Make it quick, Munchkin.
It smells pretty good.
Hey. How long of a run and then basketball practice?
We ran campus loop, which is about 2 miles, and I was the 4th one done and first girl, and then I had basketball.
Nice.
Had a girl.
So
Proud of you, sweet pea.
hours
still
and
have
hours
a
of
lot
practice
energy.
after school.
You never.
She ends the day with gym, then goes to running practice, then goes to basketball. Oh, even the
and the
bump
busted.
today.
Hi,
Woo!
Griffin.
That was high bones. That wasn't even low.
I know. She must be liking you today.
She got that extra energy. She got to burn some more off. I'm not getting as much.
Little chunky. I don't suggest looking at the top of the glass
No,
before you
it
drink
doesn't
it.
really.
Oh, that just ruined it.
Yeah. Now the flavor, I'm enjoying. I like having the coconut and the apple.
Did they say it's a sour? No, or no? There's
I think
smoothie
they
style?
said it was sour fruit ale. No, it just says fruit ale.
Okay, so
Brewed
it's not,
with
it's
apple.
not tart. It's not.
No, just
sour.
fruit ale. Well, most of the fruited
Yeah.
sours aren't.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that's true, yeah.
but this is just a fruit ale.
Oh. So my initial
6%,
question,
by the way.
Ooh.
I looked at the top and I was grossed out. 'Cause
Yeah.
It looks like it's oily.
Yeah.
It smells really good. Like it smells like apple pie. Like, even like the crust.
Mm-hmm.
There was a. I don't want to say buttery because it's not diacetyl, but there is that kind of baked good
But like
crust
the
character
buttery crust. Yeah, like.
with apples and just a little bit of cinnamon,
cinnamon.
but it's pulpy and it's real metallic on the finish.
It is. It smells like applesauce, and it kind of
Feels
mouth
like
feels like applesauce.
Like you mixed applesauce with apple juice.
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
then yeah.
There is a little bit of a metallic finish, but I'm able to see past it a little bit only because I actually like. There's just a little bit of that coconut to it for me, and that's bringing. It's more like a coconut milk kind of like add in, and I don't know. I really enjoyed just what it brought to it. The cinnamon was just a kiss of cinnamon, so it doesn't push John away too bad with that. I don't like the texture at all, but I don't like fruited sours or fruited ales when they have that
I
chunky.
almost prefer it if it was more tart and sour.
But overall, the nose is the best part, though.
Oh, by
It
far.
smells like apple pie on the nose. 100%.
I kind of feel like drinking
just-
it though. It was a little more vanilla forward and a little less apple pie, like a little less apple maybe. Like it's kind of more the crust than the apple. Which, granted, I guess if it's an ale, maybe it wasn't trying to go for a real
We'll
apple
definitely
forward,
need that, Ritz,
but
please, sir.
oh, I figured.
It's not a pleasant drinking experience.
But I agree. There did seem to be a heavy vanilla presence to it. A lot of positives, but a lot of negatives, and not a lot of well balance in those things.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Yeah, because I feel a lot of things right now, and I don't know. I don't know which way to go with it. I know, man.
Where's the thumbs at?
No.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have trouble scoring it when it's my turn, just
I am
because
too. Am I first?
there's certain aspects to it I enjoyed, and there's certain parts that I really didn't.
Yeah. And that's exactly where I'm at. So I think I'm gonna give it a 3, just for that reason. The aroma was incredible.
Oh,
that
my
aroma
God.
was. I've never smelled a beer that smelled so much like apple pie. That
Just
was
don't look at the beer.
great. Looked gross. Mouthfeel was off with all the chunky pulpiness, and then the flavor just didn't. I don't know. I mean, I think a 3 is a fair score. I would drink that again. Someone gave me some. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll revisit this. But no way can I finish the whole can.
I'm really pissed because he just talked me into a 3. Because I couldn't decide between. Well, my range from 2.75 to 3.25.
Oh, so yeah.
So like, but I was gonna pick one of the others, and then you're
Right.
like, all your reasons on like why it's a 3 was like, well, that's all the reasons why I'm arguing for it one way or the other. So
Sure.
yeah, I'll go with 3. I didn't want to agree with him this time.
I'm not changing my score. I'm still gonna go with the 2.5.
Okay.
I just not a pleasant. It's not that it's bad. It's just not a great drinking experience.
That pulpiness is weird. Like,
Well,
I get,
and unlike some fruited sours where it's more, the whole texture is heavy. That was very much liquid with just like a floating pulp.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I rolled
It's
it.
really
I did
good,
everything like that's just the way that beer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I think what really threw it off on that texture was because it wasn't throughout. It was literally like a floating like topper.
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Strange. Yeah.
Matt, what would you have scored it? What's that
2.75.
average up to, by the way?
It's
2.75 average.
ha! Look at that. I'm right. Yeah, I don't know.
I should have just been like, "What's Matt's score?" Oh, okay, that's the average.
Yeah, see, I did it before it came out this time. I don't know. It's there's some things that were redeeming, some things that weren't, like just a little below average, kind of where it left off. Brett said though that Smo said S's in all his feels just there. I wasn't here to hear that, but
feels.
I don't know. My brother's insane. It's fine.
Oh.
was all his feels. He puts asterisks. I'm not sure. We also got Stefan on. Actually, Stefan this time. And Dr. Drew. What's up, fellas?
What's up? You guys want to go to some hockey in March?
What's up to both of you? Also, Brett, you got invited to that as well. Check your Facebook. And lastly, what were you saying to Smo? Because I'm real confused.
All right, so the first one says
Did you find
Smo
Brett?
said S in all his
meant
feels right now. And then Star was all his feels.
I think I somewhat understand now.
Okay.
Okay.
Stefan says for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Stefan might be in for the hockey game, sir.
Sweet.
Yeah, John's birthday. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Getting a party deck. Shit. I keep messing
Party
that up.
deck.
Party floor?
Is that like what the ice thing
It
is back there?
is on the floor.
Is that the ice thing, the party dick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the party deck. We already have that. So we're getting the party deck to go with it.
Okay. I mean, it is ice. It's a hockey game. I mean,
We'll
It checks out.
just take the calendar with us and hold it.
This is our passes.
Man, that's amazing.
Drew says maybe.
Oh,
Sweet.
God. I wish we'd have had that calendar when we were right behind the box. I just stuck it right on the penalty box. Just, hey, what's up?
We're behind the home team.
It still would have been fun.
Yeah. They switch sides every period, so you can always, at some point.
It didn't-
Well, the
it
box
didn't-
the box stays the same.
Yeah, penalty box stays the same.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And the bench stays the same. They don't actually switch sides when
Yeah.
they're
Just with the goal. I think this one's behind the net.
It's
so
just what direction
Yeah,
they...
they switch ends of playing
that's my
between
favorite
periods.
sport. I've watched a lot of hockey in my life, so
But
please.
you
keep
thought the
explaining it
bench
to me.
was switching sides.
I wasn't
so-
paying attention. I just assumed you were talking about John's thing, which has.
How did he just mansplain the
Yeah.
smartest man in beer?
Well, I'm just saying he was thinking they were switching sides like, oh, hey, our bench is over there this time, guys. Grab your shit.
No, I know it's not like that.
He's abrasive.
All right.
Oh,
That's my fault. I'll pay attention from now on. All right.
I haven't seen you in a while. I had to give a shit.
I was daydreaming.
Drew does ask a valid question. He asks where the game is for those that
Indy.
aren't sure. It would be here in Indy at the State Fairgrounds.
Yep.
Which I
now.
saw they're
Fuel
getting a new
Stadium.
home, baby.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Getting a new home in Fisher.
Really
It's going to be
some
so
of that
much
team.
easier.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. 5 minutes away?
Yeah.
Multi-million-dollar stadium. It's gonna be awesome.
Those season tickets are going to skyrocket in
Yep.
price.
I hope not. But they'll probably have to.
Better get them now, John.
It's like an 8-story building they're building.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so
I wasn't that
happy.
big.
Yeah, I'm so happy. All right, so our next beer is Fremont's from Seattle Earth. Head full of dynamite, hazy IPA.
Does it say Seattle Earth?
Yes.
They always on Fremont. They always do.
I've noticed that. That's awesome.
Every once in a while, it's almost like they mess up because it'll say Seattle, Washington, but then there'll be a logo somewhere else that says
Yeah.
Seattle Earth. Because there was one, I literally went, Seattle, Washington? John's like, no, it's Earth. And I literally went, Washington.
Yeah, I was so confused.
And then we found the logo that said Seattle Earth. We're like, oh.
I want to go back to Seattle again.
Me too. It's my favorite cities. And I just
That's a weird one. But
I've
I
never
love
been.
it.
Yeah.
Always wanted to go.
love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Chattanooga is one of my favorite cities to visit.
Chattanooga.
I love
Wait.
Chattanooga.
I've never been.
Great food, great drinks,
Okay.
great food. Oh.
What are they known for?
It's
Moon
become
pies.
it's funny for as old a city as it is.
Yeah.
It's randomly gotten really young.
Okay.
So a whole lot of like just really fancy, but still reasonably priced restaurants.
Okay.
So they're bringing in a lot of that more hipstery, like just elite food.
Sure.
So.
We need to find elite food, please, because I still don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's high level. There's a lot of small plate restaurants. There's a lot of like high end meats. Like everything's that Wagyu. It's this, it's that. But the prices were actually reasonable. Where I was a broke ABA therapist at the time and still could afford taking my girlfriend out. So,
Oh yeah.
it reminded you a lot of hipster restaurants, but at the same time were really relaxed hipster restaurants.
Okay.
I enjoyed every bit of it. The drinks. There's a couple really good distilleries. Couple good breweries. It was just a fun city, and it was everybody was like between my age and John walking around. Like it was so weird. It was I'm like walking around this old ass city on the river, and it's just like everybody's our age.
I think I need to get this out. Maybe it's a bad tongue day. I don't know.
He's gonna drink the Senor Rhino and be like, "This is shit, dude."
Like, get out.
As John's score doesn't count anymore.
Smells delicious.
I love the nose.
Love the nose.
That is fruity, hoppy, but it's not fruity
It's
like
almost-
fruit. It's that hoppy fruity.
Creamy vanilla on the nose too.
I don't get vanilla,
I see
but
that. Yeah.
I believe you. I just don't get it.
Oh, it's kind of bland on the tongue though.
There's a lot more taste on the nose than there is actually in the flavor.
Right?
Yeah.
That's weird. It smells super juicy and fruity and all these things in the room.
Oh,
and
we
just
haven't put it
kinda-
on camera.
Oh yeah, do that.
It just.
And then it just kind of fades. It's weird. And then it's got this weird, almost plasticky finish.
What's funny is we've had more flavorful IPAs that have sat in our fridge for like a
A
year,
year
and a half.
change, yeah. And this is pretty fresh. Does it have a date on that?
I don't know. I'll look in a second. That's what I went to do that, and then that's how I knew that it wasn't
Oh,
on the camera.
I mean, it seems like very grassy.
Is it?
No.
I think so.
I don't mind it. Like, it just drinks like the lightest flavored IPA.
That is an IPA for people who hate IPAs, and you're like, here you go. That's an IPA.
It's not bad. It's just
Flavorless.
Like,
Like,
it is.
And I
I
expect more out of Fremont.
it's pillowy and like it's not got a bad flavor. It just doesn't have much of a flavor.
expect more out of the aroma, like just the aroma. alone.
Yeah, and
I was
especially
like, holy
smelling
shit,
it, like it
this
smells
great.
pretty good.
Mid-November.
Yeah, weird. Weird.
Yeah, Brett says bad tongue day for John. Not on this beer, bud.
No,
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, no, actually I've been agreeing with you almost every score. So
that doesn't mean it's a good tongue day.
Yesterday was.
Ooh, good for Steph.
We all had the same idea there.
I was like, I need a nice button. Where's that?
Need that bomb chicka wow wow.
Jim Monroe, who tunes in almost every episode, right? He just sent me a video of his son who I babysit doing. I'm not watching it right now, but doing something, and it literally titled, "This is just to distract you while live." Oh, and Brett said you were all in your feels about the beer. That was what he was saying.
I was.
Okay. I thought it was something describing his description.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stepped away just the right time to not know what you were referencing.
I just love how Jim's like, "Oh, just to distract you." Dick.
Boobs also work. Those distract him every time.
Not yours, Jim. No.
You know what they say? You seen one set, you want to see them all.
Not his.
I want somebody to send Tyler a message. Open for boobs. As like a bird.
Golden crested booby or something.
Right?
Titmouse.
All right, so back to what we're doing. pretending we're, you know,
I think we
professional.
about said what we need to say.
It's a
about
gorgeous
this.
can, though.
It is.
Yeah, I feel like I've had this beer before, and I don't remember tasting like this.
This is, I'm very disappointed in the flavor. It's 6.8%, in case anybody cares.
Disagree.
Friends bring happiness into your life. Best friends bring beer. Evidently, we're all best friends because we're always bringing beer.
And evidently, we have let Smo down.
We really try.
Yeah, this is what happens when we try.
Let's be honest. The
I'm
big
used to
boys
it
are
by now,
coming up.
yeah.
Brett says, or they could send Tyler a picture of an ice stick. That'll get him too.
No, I got enough of those already. It's back there.
Chris Knight just jumped on and says, yo, what's up, buddy?
Yo, buddy.
Chris, we have one beer, and then the one after that will be the Windmill Demigorgon right before break. So, want to make sure you know since you're on. Head Full of Dynamite was what we just had, the hazy IPA.
This is going to be an every rinse day, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
With
Sons
what
of
we
bitches.
have, yeah.
This pipe is sinking here, John. You have a ceiling.
Well, he has a sink.
I know, but you can pipe the water.
Just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That would be funny. We actually just have like this random like pull down sink.
The 5-gallon bucket blowing.
What is it, the lazy waiter or whatever it is?
Oh,
We just sit upstairs. Brooklyn rinses them real quick. Send it back
it's
down.
like one of those trains like at the old like Pizza King.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Picks it up, takes it upstairs to Brooklyn, who rinses it and sends it back down to us.
That'd be fantastic.
She would kill us.
I'll work on that.
I seem to have memory of someone offering to renovate his downstairs bar at one
Yeah,
point.
for an absurd amount of money.
Oh,
well,
okay.
cheaper than anybody else would do it, but still
there
an
you
absurd
go.
amount of money.
You're
man, I'm first.
man.
What if they just built the sponsor of American Liquors in there when she
I
did
would
it?
I would
like-
allow that. Like,
I mean, would that knock a couple grand off?
This is. It's not even average. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. There just was the nose is above average.
yeah.
Everything else is not.
Yeah.
I was gonna go 2.75. It's I'm let down.
How do you think Smo feels right now?
Yeah.
He was all excited for a good
It
night.
was. So if I didn't know what this brewery was, I think I'd probably give this a 3. But knowing that it's Fremont, who I feel is one of my favorite breweries in the country, I think they put out amazing beers. 2.5. Like this is such, it's a little disappointing, right? This is an average hazy IPA for a lot of breweries. For them, I think it's below average for them.
Well,
Yeah.
and Fremont's one of those breweries that you break out shit to like impress people with.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
absolutely do.
Like,
yeah.
oh man, I love this brewery. Like, you love IPAs. I got you, bud. I
Yeah.
got this from my.
Yeah.
And then you like taste it, you're like, oh fuck.
And maybe, like you said, you thought you had this before and it didn't taste like this, and
Right.
it could be this
Could be a
can,
bad
this
can,
beer.
yeah.
The Fremont beer that you almost had today was a 2018 Dark Star,
Ooh.
but we replaced it with
The Hillsong.
the Hillsong.
Okay.
So
Hopefully that works out with
Because we know you have a lot-
I've had the Dark Star.
we know you have a lot
Yeah.
more Fremont in
I
your
do.
life than
Yep.
you have.
I do.
John
I do.
John reminded me of that,
Yeah.
so we swapped it out.
I appreciate that.
But in all fairness, at one point in time, I was holding both of them before I even told John what I was like. I was
I mean,
"Ooh,
seeing that from
2018,
this
that
side-
sounds fun. Oh no, I was doing.
No, you're kind of more like this. Like, yeah, like you having no marbles.
All right, that's
Well,
Knight says, pitcher in a dump bucket. Come on, boys. How many fests you work?
just a water bottle. No, let's go.
yeah, he's not wrong.
We both know we'd end up spilling that damn dump bucket at the end of the night.
Or you get drunk and someone would try to drink it.
And we're all just
did I hit the nail
shifting
on the head
side to side.
So on my birthday one year, it would have been my 28th birthday, 27th birthday, 28th birthday,
Last
28th birthday. No, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, somewhere around there, depending on which one it was. Shay was still working at Books and Brews. I had not yet started working at Books and Brews. I took the day off work.
Like for the first time or like the 8th time?
The first time.
Okay.
I took the day off work. Soon as technically I left early, went straight to Books and Brews. Started drinking until my Uber got there and I was meeting up with friends. Well, I was meeting up with my Books and Brews friends first and then going out with my work friends when they got off work. Shay and I ended up back at Books and Brews that night. Shay was working still. Shay and I are laughing. Shay's a little tipsy. I'm a little tipsy. You know, it's whatever. Shay goes, "It's your birthday. I'll buy you the rest of your beers the rest of the night if you take a drink out of the dump bucket or out of the drain bucket. The drain bucket, because at Books and Brews there's a drain bucket."
Yeah.
And I'm like, Shay goes, fuck it, I'll buy your beers and I'll do it with you. And I'm like, all right, now I gotta do it. Oh, that was such a bad choice.
Oh.
But I drank for free the rest of the night, you know?
So the end
worth
was a
it?
good
In
choice.
the end, probably worth it.
Yeah, okay.
But, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Just trying to
'Cause
think
it's
that would have had
water.
some water in there.
Beer.
All the
and
beer.
probably a little Sandy in there as well.
I was not any Sandy.
It's just good for
When-
you out, right?
Now, when
But
Shay
that's
was,
what we're
when
talking
Shay
about.
was working, he tended to squirt shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was Shay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
one
beer.
of my brighter choices, but it was also a lot of fun because watching Shay do it and then buy my drinks too was just like, I think that was the main reason that it was worth it was
you kind
because
of had to at that
I
point.
watched him torture himself and have to spend money.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh,
That's
that
okay.
smells amazing.
So speaking of, so this is a brute. You can
Old Brune.
or Brune. Oh, sorry. Smo, could you go ahead and enlighten us as to what we should be expecting out of this style?
Yeah.
Try
so
not
it's
to
a-
dump the bottom of it in.
No, you're good. It's an Oud Brune, which is a.
I'll take the bottom.
There you go.
I'll take whatever chunkies. Although it looks like Matt might have got them.
Yeah.
I was trying not to.
Which is a Belgian style kind of sour beer. Very
every
similar
glass. I like
to
Here, I'll take it.
Nope.
Flanders Red, but a lot maltier. There's a lot of caramel malts, a lot of roastiness to it. They should be only slightly tart, and that's where a lot of American breweries kind of mess up on
That's a
these.
lot of tart on the nose.
But we'll
Yeah,
see.
you can smell it's a good 6 inches away.
So this was brewed and bottled by River North Brewing Company out of Denver, Colorado, where we will be in 2 weeks. Just a reminder, next Monday we have Daredevil. Not Daredevil. It's Andy. Andy, he's not coming on now. That's something you told me before the show.
He just responded to me.
Okay, so I have no idea who's on next week.
We got to figure it out.
The following Monday. Oh shit, that means I have to go delete posts. The following Monday, though, we will not be having a show. So we have a show next week. Following Monday, we will not be because John and I are not flying in till late.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is River North from 2012. Barrel aged 12 months. Hints of Brett and subtle tartness delight the senses. This was bottle 561 of 588. Yeah, so ale aged in oak red wine barrels.
So it smells very tart on the nose, but it's not. It's not.
That's pleasant.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of it, but it's not. I can't say anything bad.
Subtle tartness. I wouldn't mind just a hair more. I mean, just. But it's a nice subtle tartness. There's a lot of complexity to it.
Yeah.
The nose alone, as soon as when I was pouring it, you could almost smell the complexity. There was so much in that aroma. That made it a lot of fun to pour even. Like, I like bottles that are fun to pour just because you're getting hit by the aromas.
A
You're
nose
seeing
bomb.
Or it's a cool color. In today's case, it's more mud and then a great aroma.
Yeah, well, watching
a
it
little
pour, it was a cool looking color. Seeing it in my glass, I'm like,
I get some caramel notes in there. It reminds me of a red quite a bit.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it reminds me a lot of a red wine. A little dry, which I like. This is. What do you think? You're a big fan of this style.
I am. This is one of the best Oud Bruins I've had made in America. would
I
say
saved a
it
good
is-
beer back.
You did. The tartness, in my mind, is perfect. It is just subtly tart. There's a little bit of vinegar to it, but that's fine for the style. A lot of caramel, a lot of that toasty, bready notes. I wish there was a little more carbonation. That's the only thing I would say about this.
Yeah.
But
It's a really old beer.
it's a really old beer.
Yeah, for 10 years old, if that's the only
Maybe I would have
note.
waxed it, you know.
for literally like an 11-year-old beer.
No, that is.
That was also aged 12 months in a wine barrel.
Yeah. And then, the wine character comes through a lot. It's really, 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 really well done. So
That is unique for what I've had recently
Yeah.
from the States. I've not had a lot of foreign oud brews, though. Mostly because the only outside the United States beer I get is usually Pilsners, lagers.
Yeah.
That's about all you can find at most
German stuff,
places.
yeah. Total Wine's got actually Vine and Table.
Total Wine doesn't have anything like this
They don't.
from
Vine and Table
outside
does.
of the country.
Vine and Table and Carmel.
Okay.
They have a pretty good Belgian beer selection. You can get a few stuff like this there.
Okay.
Recommend it.
I'll try that. Because I love, that's actually, when I go to, John laughs at me, because every time I go to Total Wine, Total Wine,
Yeah.
I tend to buy a shit ton of German stuff and Czech stuff and South American shit and Indian beers.
Okay,
You name
Indian,
it, I
yeah.
buy it because
Einstock.
I don't. I love Einstock, but you
Yeah,
don't.
that's never a bad call.
You can get that a lot of places though.
Yeah, you got that big red.
But you don't see a lot of those things at other liquor stores. So I take full advantage of being able to individualize cans and just be like, yep, thank you. Then you cash out and realize one of those was randomly like $20. And it's like, okay, that was a very expensive Pilsner.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
We could talk way back
I
at Carly
really
Kid
don't know
and
what to
Scully.
score
You
this.
better be
I have a bunch
good.
of Chunkies in mine. You see these?
I've got
Oh, I do too. I tried real hard to avoid
No,
that.
you did.
That's Texas size
Do you,
10
now, do you guys drink all those Chunkies too?
Oh, I will, yeah.
Yeah.
That I typically draw a line
I mean,
at, but
if it stays in the glass in the last bowl, it stays in the glass. But
Because what I'll do is I'll usually swirl, throw it all back literally like that.
All right.
That way it's not
Yeah. It's good for your gut.
yeah, and I don't want to leave any extra beer. That's my problem.
Yeah, it's about right. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. Unappetizing. No fault of their own. That's an old beer. That's very normal.
Yeah, I mean that's expected.
Yeah.
Hence why I tried so damn hard to avoid it.
this is kind of tough for me to score
Yeah.
because
It's not for me. I'm happy.
I'm gonna have to go to the if I were to seek out an Oud Bruin.
well, I don't know.
You're
I
gonna
don't know any other ones.
As you do.
We've had a few on the show.
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had one from Freedom,
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
and then we had one that he brought us one time.
I'm sure I didn't like the one from Freedom.
I'll go 4 1/4. I think it's. He said it's one of the best he's had, and I gotta believe him. But it is just, yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting style. I do enjoy it. I don't think. I mean,
I would happily drink that bottle. It'd take a while, and if I could find a way to cork it, that'd be like do half and cork. But
It was
if not,
almost-
that's when I call Smo and I go, "Hey, I'm breaking this bottle open. I'm coming over. Let's drink."
and I think you're right. Like that kind of like I would treat it almost like more like a wine.
Yeah.
It's not very heavy tannin like a lot of reds, but at the same time, that's kind of how it drinks, especially with the lower carbon.
There was a lot of red wine flavor to it,
Yeah.
There was.
mixed with a little caramel. That was such a fun, complex flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The malt flavor I thought was kind of just, it was spot on for what it should be. This should be a pretty malty beer. Sour brown is kind of what this is. It's a lightly tart brown ale. I'm at a 4 or 5. I think it's pretty damn exceptional, and I would happily drink that again.
I'm at a 5. That's one of my favorites that I've had. Any of that style or in that range of styles that it's closest to. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And again, and part of it I think leans to my love of barley wines and just the fact that the complexity of this one
Yeah.
reminds me so much of complexity
It's
of
a
barley
really
wines.
good comparison there. Yeah.
So for me, it was like it hit me.
Yeah.
I love sour beers.
Mm-hmm.
I like traditional sour beers, and I love barley wines.
Yeah.
And this one was a traditional sour beer with barley wine-esque characteristics, and it made me kind of do the like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What's that end up being, John?
4.5.
Matt, what would you have given it?
No, that's such a weird thing.
1.75.
Like,
Yeah, that tickled my elbow. I'm just saying.
so personally, I wouldn't probably seek that out, but I still know how good that is for what it like. It's definitely different. It's interesting. It's got a lot of complexity. Like it seems like it's well made, and gonna kind of defer to Smo here. Like if he says it's a good example of it, then I'm gonna believe this guy. He seems to know a lot more about
I'm
this than
starting
I.
making up shit, see what happens.
But we're not gonna know any different. But I
My
still,
favorite's if we figure it out and you don't. John and I just ignore it. Let it.
I'm usually pretty good at reading people though. This is something that I think would be a fun beer to share with people. Like regardless, like this is a kind of experience beer because I don't think you see a lot of these old Bruins. Like so, I think this one being the way it tastes, and everything. This should be a 4 to at least have and share and try. And if you like the style, I think this is gonna be really good. If you don't like this, then like personally, I probably gonna like a 3.75. But for what it is and the shareability, I think it should be a 4 at least.
The shareability is fun with it. It would definitely be one that you're like, hey, I have this fucking beer. Oh, I'll bring something. I have this beer.
Yeah.
You got a friend who thinks he's a beer snob?
Yeah, we're gonna sit here and
That makes me happy.
like
like the guy
people
holding the
that
glass?
used to be in this.
That's we talked about like experience beers. That's an experience.
That
beer.
is an experience beer. He's not wrong at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad I held this back for you, sir.
I appreciate that, buddy. Thank
That
you.
was worth it.
Thank you.
It also makes up for the beers we had earlier a little bit.
Not yet.
I said a little bit. I said a little bit.
Building there.
I saved you an 11-year-old beer that I had to stare at. And I spent quite a bit of money on only 2 beers.
Went to a good cause.
You were hoping it could be outbid.
Well, I bid on 2 different sets.
Yeah.
There was this one and another set I really wanted. I wanted both if I could get them.
Sure.
But like I thought I was going to get outbid on both, and then I would move all the money to the other set that was a little bigger, had a little more stuff. And I was going to move everything to that one.
Yeah.
And then just never go higher in my total spent,
Sure.
but just move it. Well, I got outbid on this one to a point where I couldn't also bid on it, but then nobody bid on this one. And I was like,
But then we got this.
but I'm happy. Like I was happy. Both beers have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But it was one of those moments where I went, I either wanted both or I wanted that one. Because I was the first bidder on both.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no way in hell on a silent
no
auction
way.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to get outbid.
Right.
They had the table in a really bad spot, and people didn't check it out as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lady that outbid me on this one, she called my fucking bluff because she ran that up to basically what it would have been to combine them. Like I could have outbid her, but it would have taken like that amount of money to do it.
Yeah.
So like she basically called my bluff. Like she's my amount was here, and she like almost doubled it. And I'm
Really?
like, damn,
Yeah.
okay, sweetheart. But yeah, it's fine. It was a good time.
Good.
It's a good time. I love that. I love that city. I love that brewery.
Yeah.
By the way, when we're in Denver, make sure you check out our Instagram. We will be posting a lot. I can guarantee that. But we also will be probably going live at least once while we're there, probably twice, depending on if we find a new place.
Like how sober we were.
We're going to hit up a bunch of the same places we hit up last time. But we have a whole extra day.
Yeah.
So we're going to use the extra day to hit up new places.
Did you go to Beer Stout last time?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Good,
Oh, we're
good.
going back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might we plunder a dungeon, one might say?
John and I, no. John and I literally been like, so we're just going back to everywhere we've already been and then using the extra day for new shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
It sound, I don't know if they're still doing it, but highly recommend a day in Golden. Checking out the tour at Coors. It's
I mean, that is
amazing.
right
Oh.
across the street
From
from
Golden Mill.
another place
Yeah.
we're going to
Damn.
go.
It's
So.
like it's like a 40-minute.
Oh, no, we'll be out
yeah.
that
Oh,
area.
yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. That
I'm not
tour-
buying the Uber
tour
for
is
that
killer. The tour is killer. Highly recommend it.
One of our favorite places to eat and drink and hang out
Yeah.
is literally, you could see the factory from there. So,
I didn't even realize that when we were there.
well, it's
Nice.
pitch black when we got there. But
Touche.
yeah.
Well, and the Beer Stout Lager House has a Sun King flag flying.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, friends of ours.
Yep.
There. And we were
So
sitting
no
there
wonder
going,
you recommend people to go there, huh? You get a little back
Also,
pocket
really
action?
good beer. All right, yeah.
5-minute pour.
every time a credit card swipe that's from Indiana, something gets kickback. No, that'd be cool as shit.
Awesome. Yeah.
Our last beer of the first half of this episode
Yeah.
is from none other than Windmill Brewing from Dyer, Indiana. This is going to be a flavor bomb.
Bless you.
This is the Demigorgon Memes Cake.
Stupid Wabash.
That mean Oregon.
The Demigorgon Memes Cake. Imperial Stout with coconut, cardamom, cinnamon, chai,
Cardamom.
and vanilla. It's 1 pint, in case you were wondering.
That's a lot of spices.
Yeah, it is. I have
You're looking for it. I've got it over here. Chris and I says this. I know you're going to ask. Dem Meme Gorman is, and I'm going to let you guys figure it out.
Oh, we got.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
damn
a
it.
dick.
I know something you
Guess the
don't know.
ABV.
Yeah, 'cause I love how Chris just knew. He's so used to us being like, hey, you guys didn't put the damn ABV on the can. What is it?
Is it stout?
Yes. No, yes.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
pouring like a stout.
It looks
No,
like a stout.
No, I remember I started to say no because it was before this one, but we moved it earlier,
yeah,
so we'd
nice.
have the break after.
If it walks like a stout and quacks like a stout, boys,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, when I was trying to figure out the order, I decided this one would be a good one to end a half with. So with as much flavors that's in it, we would have the ability to rinse before, you
Have a
know,
little palate cleanse.
moving on with the next beer.
Is Chris the guy that works at Windmill?
Yeah.
Chris is the tied for the best rep in Indiana.
Awesome.
He does all their
Yeah.
distro stuff.
Yeah, Chris, I'm originally from Dyer. I stop at Windmill regularly. I fucking love your ESB.
It's a collab with
out there.
Street Side, by the way. I didn't say that.
Oh, really?
My bad, Street Side.
Shout out back to Cincy.
Smells delicious.
Okay.
Windmill loves to do collabs, so
And Street Side does their yearly release of Demi Gorgon, not Demime Gorgon.
That makes sense now why it's Demime Gorgon.
I was thinking about that. I was like, that's kind of weird they're doing that in Street Side, so that makes perfect sense now.
Not a huge fan of the nose.
No,
I think it's really good.
I got some weird.
it's really nutty.
Is this supposed to be some kind of liquid concoction that I should be familiar with that you'll know, John? Or
No, this is not a coquito.
Just
that's what I was thinking of.
No,
There's a lot of spices.
I like the body in this one.
I like the body a lot. It's very fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very creamy,
Yeah.
very fluffy. Like
Yeah.
it's that smooth drinking body,
Mhm. It's thick but not syrupy.
but not extra thick.
Yeah.
Right.
As he hits it.
I was pushing it. There was just like a 2-second delay on that button. It's got a little lead in.
I need a minute. This is a lot.
The spices are all there. I think it blends pretty well, though.
It's a weird combo between diabetes and like a Christmas beer. Like you have a lot of those, and I don't mean it tastes like a Christmas beer. It's just very spiced, like a lot of Christmas beers are. But it's also extremely thick and sweet. So it's this weird, like I keep going. Oh, diabetes? No, not really.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Would this help? Chris says themed off of coconut spiced cake.
I don't know what that is.
But coconut and spices and cake.
It sounds good though.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
I
it
guess,
coconut in this? I missed that.
yeah.
So I wasn't paying attention again.
There's also coconuts on there.
Tyler talks. That happens a lot. trust
Imperial
us.
Stout with which my favorite part. It starts with Imperial Stout. And he asked if it was a stout. Coconut, cardamom, cinnamon, chai, and vanilla.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't apologize.
I'm a little sorry.
And we got to guess the ABV on this, too.
I saved the beer for you.
You did. I know.
I've got to say, like everything that's on the can is in the can, and I feel like it's pretty well balanced.
I'll
as much
admit,
as
I don't
in
know
it.
cardamom that well to know if it's here.
Touche on it, but
That's
all
the one I don't know.
all the
that
words
well.
that I know what they are.
Cardamom's not things I use when I cook in any way, shape, or form.
And Brett
And
asked,
I don't bake a ton, so
Brett asked mouthfeel.
Yeah, it has one.
It's that mouthfeel is
very fluffy and smooth.
thick,
Yeah.
creamy, fluffy.
Fun fact: cardamom is the second most expensive spice in the world.
I think I've heard that before. I didn't remember it, but
First,
I was going to ask.
saffron.
Saffron.
Yeah.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, it's Zach, so. You hate me, I know. It's fine.
Anyway,
All right. The nose smells to me exactly like those like cinnamon candy nuts you get like festivals or things.
Like roasted
Na-
pralines or
Navy,
pecans?
Navy Pier is what my mind went to because there's always a nut vendor there.
Okay.
This is what that smells like to me.
okay. At first, I was like, candy cinnamon nuts. What the fuck kind of candy?
Like
And then when he
Cabela's.
started saying like roasted nuts,
Yeah.
you know, it was like, up.
Now you get it. Yeah.
Now I understand where he was going with that.
It is super nutty. I like that.
This is pleasant.
What's your ABV guess?
It says, at least on here, trying to find flavor profile. Like a good substitute per Google would be an allspice, a cinnamon, or a nutmeg. So it should be in that kind of zone. And Chris Knight says ESB is awesome. We recently did a Southern English brown as well. If you're an English pub beer fan,
I am.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love a good ESB.
Yeah, you guys do the fun stuff you guys make is awesome, but for me, I'm going to bars. I want a big pint of that ESB or something like that. So
I just want a good brown ale, damn it.
he also says
There's not a lot of places that do
I
them.
know.
if we look around that we might have some of that English pub beer, John.
No,
No.
Okay.
we do not.
Okay. Tyler's got this weird brain that he remembers every beer we've ever seen. So
We don't.
It's right there. No.
No, it's not. We don't.
I know we don't.
That was not in the mixer pack he gave us.
Shit, sorry, Brett, I missed that earlier. Brett said, what is the movie tonight? Because earlier he said, I am Iron Man. Sorry, that's not the movie. I hate that, right? I'm like, nope, that's the one.
Iron Man.
How do you
Yep.
hate Iron Man?
Donkey Punch.
We're watching Donkey Punch now. We watched Iron Man. You guys can find our drunken movie reviews under Two Beerded Guys drunken movie reviews wherever you look at or listen to podcasts. Words are hard. Wherever you listen to your podcasts, whether it's Spotify, Apple, yada yada yada. If you use Spotify, please, for the love of God, give us a 5-star rating and review us because I need more people to do that.
Be like me. Give it that 5-star rating.
Can I smash that like button on that? or
He's
just
saying
5-star
that
rating?
because it took him 2 years to actually do it.
But I did it.
But I've read up, and they have this really cool thing that if you're a 5-star rated podcast, after so many reviews, you get put where literally people can just search 5-star podcasts, and you'll be on that list.
I love the fact that our most popular recent episode is Love Actually.
Yeah,
No, he said-
no,
he
that's our
said
most popular
the,
ever.
Not
Ever.
recent.
The most popular.
Our most popular ever review is Love Actually.
Nice.
That was one of our Christmas ones this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. it used to be nothing but like Schwarzenegger films.
Because they're awesome.
For some reason,
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger held like out of the top 10 at one point in time, like 7 spots. It was absurd.
That's awesome.
I'm still gonna guess it's ABV boys.
I don't want
That's
to.
what I'm thinking to do.
Farrar
It
just jumped
feels-
on. What's up, Ugly Pete? What's
What's
going
Pete?
on,
Yeah,
guys?
It feel. I'm going 10.4.
I was gonna go 9.8.
Oh, you were gonna get the last guess today.
I know. And I hand.
I'm going high. I'm gonna go 11.
12.
Wow.
I win.
I knew I was gonna be low. When
I was guessing 10-5 originally, and when he was in that area, it was like, well, fuck. All right, gonna go
Yeah.
up, not down.
It don't feel 12 to me. It feels
No.
It's not. It's a much more easy drinking beer than a 12%. That was really good.
So I took a relatively
rate this
big
one
gulp
first?
to finish,
Are you ready first?
and that
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Oh, I got maybe enough for a big
The
gulp.
big gulp was pretty
Oh
fantastic.
yeah.
yeah.
I big gulped the end. It was pretty nice.
Hell yeah. 4.25. Loved it. It was really good. Spice flavor. I'm usually not big on spice beers, so that's the only reason I maybe docked it a little bit more, just preference, but really well made and quite enjoyable.
For once, I'm excited to hear Matt's score because he also doesn't like spiced beers that well.
Or
And it has
coconut.
coconut in it.
Yeah, so
Or cinnamon. Like,
it
yeah,
has a
that's-
lot of
it's got a lot
flavors.
going against
has a
it.
lot of things
Yeah.
that Matt doesn't like, but I've been
Yeah.
watching his face and I think he's enjoyed it.
But John's got a lot of the same in my corner
I know.
flavor disdains
So
here. So
I'm curious there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4 flat. That was a very good beer, and I'll absolutely buy it again. I'll
Yeah.
find it again. Like that was good.
Yeah.
I think the uniqueness factor is there. I think like they always do. I think it's very well made. I was just gonna go 4.5.
So we end up with a 4.25 average.
Yep.
That was easy.
I love that. Matt, the score I was most anticipating.
Brett says, I hear Tyler always takes big gulps at the end.
Damn straight.
Yes, he does.
Always my work well.
Especially at the end. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn on this one because it is well made. It's got a good flavor, but I really dislike coconut. And I did get the more traditional coconut flavor out of this, which it's on there. It should be in here, so it's not a knock against that. That's just a flavor profile preference. I'm also not the hugest cinnamon fan, but it's in here and it's well done. The spices, like you said, something like not my cup of tea normally, but it's well done. It's no coquito dreams, I'll tell you that night. But I'm gonna give it a 4.25 because I just talked myself into it because everything's here and done well enough. Even though I don't like the ingredients, it's still well done. I would definitely take coquito over this, like side by side, 9 times out of 10. But that's still pretty damn good, even despite me not liking a lot of shit in it.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
It was pretty good despite me hating everything it's made out of.
I was down to a 4, and as I was talking, I was like, no, it's a 4. Because I was just like, well, that's well done, but that's well done. I'm like, God damn it.
I love the way he said that, though, because it literally was like, oh, yeah, it ended up pretty good despite me literally hating everything that this is made of.
Fuck. I was gonna do a product review tonight.
Oh.
The chiller one.
I mean, you could start the next
Well,
half off with it.
Yeah, if only we got a second half of the show.
All right, so,
I was gonna let it sit for 2 hours though.
Oh, well, we're fucked on that.
oh, yeah, it's supposed to sit for a while, isn't it? Well, we have warm beers. You have a Helles Lager right behind you.
There's also always next
I don't
week.
know if it's gonna chill it down though.
That's what it's,
That's why we review it.
that's
right?
what it's supposed to do.
Well, we'll see. Okay.
Is that the metal straw thing that I brought in?
Yeah.
That's what it's
It's
supposed
sitting
to
in the
do.
freezer right now.
You have
Oh,
a
nice.
room temp Helles Lager right behind you.
Is it in a bottle?
Does it have a
can.
bottle, though?
It's supposed to be in a bottle.
Wow.
It's a bottle.
It fits on the
thing.
bottom.
Oh,
How does that go?
Actually, I think we might still have an option. Just let me look.
What do you think?
I think
that
we have
was?
flat tire. Or fat tire, I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
What, the new ones?
No, it's probably.
I really want to try the new ones. Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll
Sorry.
be right back, guys, for the second half. We're the Two Beerded Guys. This is Smo Money. Behind the cameras, Matt. We will be right back.
How about you have a nice warm glass?
Best part is, my comment wasn't live yet. All of his were there at the end.
Is that all it was?
I said it right before it was on us. So literally all it is you angrily yelling at me.
Yeah, just smell like, how about a nice warm cup of shut the
That's
fuck up,
pretty
huh?
solid entry, man.
Yeah.
The second half. Yeah.
I couldn't have timed that better if I'd have done it on purpose. Oh, wait, I did. I saw Matt doing this, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, get it in now.
Get it and jab it. Yeah.
Phrasing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
dead in
did,
this
he
group.
did.
Caw-caw! Oh, shit. Anyway. No, what we were actually talking about one of the cooler beer events in the state of Indiana, Dark Lord Days, which is May 20th this year. Tickets go on sale in March, so make sure you have an eye out for that. Smo's one of those guys that loves to go every year he can.
It is my favorite event. I went 2012 to 2018. 19 I missed. My daughter was being born. And then they didn't do it in 20 or 21 or 22 because, well, you know.
Reasons.
Reasons. So bring it back this year. It is a blast, especially if you're into metal music. And good beer, of course. Plus the food is fucking killer as well. So
I'm excited.
highly recommend. I will be there with bells on. Not literally, but maybe.
I was going to say
I was
literally.
gonna say now you have to.
Maybe I should.
You've just
Yeah.
committed to
Then you can
this.
find me. But it's also massive bottle shares. You're allowed to bring in, I think, 3 bomber-sized bottles. And the whole day is just people walking around pouring beer from strangers. That is just the friendliest fucking thing. I can't recommend it enough. It is one of my absolute favorite days of the year.
Are there circle pits?
Yeah, so there's circle pits.
Yes.
And then it gets real stretchy, drunk later in the day. And it is...
Not circle jerk.
What's the circle pit?
Is that not, that's not where a circle jerk happens?
No.
Okay.
No.
You've been to a heavy metal show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like heavy metal for the most part, but...
No? You struck it as a metal. I'm kidding.
Wham!
Do they also go clockwise, though? I saw you go counter.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm going to go see
That's the jerk that
Diarrhea
happens.
Verda and Kublai Khan in February if you'd like to go see those bands.
I don't know if I've heard of those bands, but
Yeah.
text me so I can look them up.
Yeah.
And also Pantera's coming,
I saw that. Yeah.
so we'll probably
Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
We?
Deer Creek?
Did I commit to that already?
go. Why would you not?
We had fun at the
I'm not
Megadeth
that-
concert.
I'm
All right,
I
so
don't know
anyway,
how
back
much-
to
yeah,
the Two
sorry,
Bearded
sorry.
Guys. It's the second half of the show. You already know us, but just a reminder, this is Kevin Smo Money Smolar, best known as the smartest man in beer. I gotta give you credit where credit's due,
I
man.
appreciate it.
I love giving you shit, but that's something you've earned.
Really good at
Can
it.
you hand
yeah.
that over?
Yeah.
We are doing a science experiment.
Say, speaking of hand, what's in your hand there,
Ish.
John?
Science-ish.
Sure, yeah.
We got a
If you
scientist.
stick an ice cold piece of metal in a beer, will it stay cold?
Yeah, so we're gonna check after an hour. This was 37 degrees when we
36.
put the ice chiller in there. So we're gonna check here in a little
It
bit.
was 36. And also, how's the drinkability so far?
So it has like these holes up here, so that when you're drinking, obviously it's gonna be able to get that through, but it's not really pouring through. So
Keeps foaming over.
There was I heard some
It
jokes.
doesn't sound.
there you go. There you go.
Oh, you just
I
had
was
to.
like,
You have to
It's a
guzzle it.
little weird.
Yeah.
well, they did tell you to drink a little bit out. It's still wanting to foam, though.
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
it's kind of weird, but yeah, we'll check it.
It's all right.
We'll come back and
Speaking
check
of
it in
Dark
an hour.
Lord Days, though, that is a beer from Three Floyds. Zombie Dust there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of funny that that's the beer you grabbed.
Oh,
It
and
might
the
be-
beer we're closing with will be Three Floyds.
It might be a little
A
old.
lot of Three Floyds today.
And it is not zombie dust in a can, which we all know is the superior option.
Oh, it absolutely
Definitely.
is the superior option.
Yeah. It is
it's-
weird.
It was
I was
the
gonna
weird.
say, Smo, do you have a
You know,
opposite opinion?
so again, I'm not going to keep bragging
Why
about
do you
this.
think Sun King doesn't bottle?
Not going to keep bragging about this, but I did grow up in Northwest Indiana. And my parents, yeah, my parents' house was about 10 minutes from Three Floyds. So when their brew pub was open, Zombie Dust on
R&B.
draft, fresh at the brewery, is miles better than they've had in a bottle. of
Shocker.
I know. It
Yeah,
is.
surprise
It is.
face.
There is the reason the hype is around that beer is because having it fresh like that is just killer. As far as bottles or cans, yeah, cans. Duh.
Cans.
It's funny when because they always bottled. Always bottled, always bottled, always bottled. All of a sudden, we had a can on the show. We were like, we need to do Zombie Dust.
Yeah.
And so we picked up some cans.
Yeah.
We took, and I never was a huge fan of Zombie Dust. Like, I always thought it was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
We drank that damn can, and I was like, the fuck is this? This is not the Zombie
We're
Dust. I
like,
remember.
why is the hype real all of a sudden?
So then I went out and I found some bottles at a liquor store, and I'm like, I bought some. Because I was like, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Now he did his own science
Drank
experiment.
those fucking bottles, and I'm like, this isn't even fucking close.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that beer
Wow,
in
right.
can is,
Yep.
which is always funny because there's so many people who well, if it's not bottle, it's not as good.
Well, the long
There's a
established
reason
hierarchy for the
cans
longest time
seal
was
better.
draft, bottle, can. Can was always
Cans
the
don't
low guy
allow
on
in
the...
light. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of reasons cans are better.
I can go into it if you want me to. I'm not going to, but
Please, actually, give us
I'll
a
get
couple
mad.
reasons. Give us some
No.
reasons.
as you said, so when you,
No, okay.
as he's trying to fight with this wax, I can talk about cans versus bottles.
Yeah, we need to kill some time.
So cans have come a long way since the 70s when beer started first being in cans. First of all, there is a food grade water-based liner on the inside of the cans that will prevent the beer from ever touching any metal. So the metallic flavor is on your head.
Even the
Not a real
top.
thing.
What about the top of the can?
Top, yeah. If you lick the top real hard, just stop it. That's weird. Or pour into a glass. Whatever. You're right, though. Yeah.
I mean, it does touch the top.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
God damn.
This is why people don't like him.
Anyway.
One of the many reasons.
Yeah. With cans, at least too, it is a hermetic seal. So the can that goes at the top of the can, and it's double rolled, so it forces a hermetic seal on top, so nothing gets in,
Oh,
nothing
you
gets
ever
out.
double roll your can before? Shit.
Yeah. Bottles, it's a metal on glass seal, so even the best seal is still not going to be perfect. Over time, that seal will slowly start to break a little bit. So beer is much more likely to be oxidized in the bottle than in the can, because cans cannot let anything into it. They are lighter than bottles, so they're better for the environment in the sense that there's less weight on trucks when you transport them. It is also much more recyclable than bottles. It is much easier to go from can to...
Keep talking. Just keep talking.
I know. I can go.
You ever seen that happen?
No.
Normally it just peels the wax. The wax is holding so damn tight it bent the cap.
Frick is that? Yeah.
That's some good wax.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
I don't know
Sorry.
where I was at. Yeah, cans are lighter than bottles, so less weight on trucks, less fuel you need.
And aluminum's a lot more.
Aluminum's not recyclable.
Yep.
It's easier to go from a can to recycled back to a can. It is to go from bottle to melt down to
Had to use the
back to
backside.
another glass. So that was insane. Yeah, beer cans superior by far, but there is a nostalgia drinking beer out of a bottle. I get that too.
And of course.
I definitely enjoy a Coors Light out of a bottle more than out of a can.
There's just something about drinking out of a
There
bottle.
is
There
some domestic beers out of a bottle versus a can. I
I
don't
think
know.
Banquet, like you have to drink it out of a little hand grenade
There's those
bottle.
there's
Yeah.
something special about those, but
at the same time,
yeah.
domestics don't sit in
No.
bottles very long, so it makes sense.
Right,
Yeah.
and
You know-
they have a much longer shelf life than
Yeah.
an IPA, right?
You know, not only do they have a longer shelf life, but also domestics are bought at such high numbers
Right.
that, they don't sit as long typically.
Yeah, typically.
Typically.
And we just got Rachel Powell on. She says, "What's up, y'all?"
What up,
Rachel?
Rach? She texted me earlier and asked what we were drinking.
Nice.
Which, John, every week, where can you find what we're drinking?
This show.
Internet.
On our Instagram,
Oh, I was like,
literally
What?
every week.
he does post a picture.
Holy shit.
I like just a picture of him, like the old Burt Reynolds pose the cowboy hat, or
He
just a
holds
picture
the
of the
cans
beer.
over his cans.
It's my OnlyFans, beers and belly buttons.
Yeah. Beers and belly buttons.
I'll watch that.
There's gonna be a calendar for a while. There's talk of that, and then someone had to get a job.
And then he wishes he would have done the calendar now.
No, still don't.
Tyler.
I coach high schoolers. I don't need calendars out there.
Wait, did you make a mold and then put water in it and freeze it and then stick it to a tree, Tyler?
Oh, no, that's
Good
way
for
too
you,
big.
bud.
Yeah.
That's a girthy veiny son.
Mine
of a
is
bitch.
white though. I'll tell you that much.
All right, this is Oliphant Brewing's Museum of Weird Stuff, Duvet of Night Terrors.
I love that name.
Bourbon barrel aged Doppelbock Lager.
Oh, it's a
A
gobble shit.
harmless comforter, right? Wrong. This is the Duvet of Night Terrors, a cursed relic of the demon realms.
Duvet is such a great word.
I know. Hand-stitched, quilted, and passed down generation to generation by the most evil grandmas to have ever existed. The Duvet of Night Terrors.
That's Stephanie's grandma.
Turns your serene counting of sheep into counting pieces of sheep. Don't fret, we are almost 100% sure that this is the real quilt and that it isn't out in the world causing night terrors and other fretful things.
That might be one of my favorite beer names and descriptions I've ever heard.
That was a
That's a
fantastic
great-
description.
And the best part
Dude,
about the
yeah.
description is it didn't amp up your idea of the beer.
No,
It
whatsoever.
gave you just a
Still
lot of
tasting,
fun,
Yeah, it gave you
Yeah.
nothing about
but
the flavor.
without like hyping you up to like while you're
Yeah.
drinking going picking it apart. It was smart. It was fun without giving you shit to pick
And
apart.
with a great marketing department, you're going to do like these internet shorts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
So the nose on this thing is amazing. Like, I really enjoyed that
It's got a
smell.
caramely richness on the nose.
With a little bit funky sourness
I didn't get any
On the
funky
nose.
sourness.
on the nose. I feel.
Did you get any funky sourness?
I get a fair amount of acetaldehyde, which is that green apple-y, fresh cut pumpkin character.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
That's not a smell I pick up very well. I know that about me. There are certain off smells and off flavors that
I was getting a lot more just like that good old fashioned barrel smell. Like,
So this is kind of like earlier, where like the nose has all these different characteristics, and then you drink it, you're like, huh.
The flavor, it's very dry.
very dry.
It's not sweet at all, and even the mouthfeel is a little thin.
The mouth feels
Mouth
thin
feels
and
thin.
astringent.
Yeah,
but this is a Doppelbock lager.
Doppelbock should still be pretty heavy. Like they're known
Okay.
as liquid bread in the German world.
All right, touche.
But this is American.
America.
I know, Tyler. I know. All right. God damn me.
Will you stop mansplaining to our guest?
Aren't you glad you came back on the show as well?
Yeah, man. I do. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy this. Yeah, I was looking forward to this.
Rachel asked, did
Yeah.
she miss the apple pie and head full of dynamite? And I believe, yes, she did miss both.
Head full of dynamite. I was like, what the fuck?
Dinamite.
Have you not watched Finding Nemo?
I probably have, but... And by probably, I mean yes, but
I was like, come on, bud.
It's a
No,
Disney
that's
movie, of
pretty
course
low
I
hanging
have.
fruit there.
it's a Disney movie. Of course I have, but
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
She's like, dynamite? That's spelled a lot like dynamite.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, okay. Yes, we had both of those because they're lighter beers, and we have those early.
And if I remember right,
But we love you
See,
anyway.
Rachel, guys, she said, Finding Nemo for the win.
She also has a child that's 2.
he probably doesn't know what Finding Nemo is.
No, but you tend to put bright colored fishy things on TV at that age.
Yep. Dude, I've watched Frozen like 12 times in the past month.
That
sorry,
sounds about
brother.
right.
Yeah, my daughter's 3.
I went through that like 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I went through that 3 years ago when I was dating my ex. Yeah.
Yeah.
4
Have you
years, 3 years,
graduated to
whatever it is.
Frozen 2, though? I hear there's a sequel.
She
Like,
doesn't
you
want
can
to watch
mix
it.
them up.
She just wants Frozen 1. She knows all the songs. It's
It's bad when dad's even like, please, for the love of God, move on to
let's
the
watch
second one."
Frozen 2. I swear to God, please. It's Frozen 2.
Smo's rooting to watch Frozen 2 at this
Just
point.
once.
And somewhere I read that if the kid watching something over and over is actually good for them for some reason. I really think they like to torture parents, whoever wrote that article. But I try to keep that.
They
in mind.
never had their own kids.
Yeah.
Rachel also says that's actually her favorite Disney movie, Tyler.
Yeah.
And bedtime is why she missed those beers. Damn it.
Aw.
Damn it, being a mom. Excuses.
Who's up first?
I believe it's me. It is. There's a weird finish to this, and I don't know what it is. I don't know those fancy things like Smo does, which is why we bring him on the show to help us learn. John still hasn't been able to figure out the metallic stuff on
Every time I'm like, hey, what do I do with this again? Why am I rubbing it on my arm?
So then he'll literally be like, Tyler, do it. And I'm like,
It works, doesn't it?
it does. And it's actually a smell and a taste I can pick up pretty
It's
well.
pretty fucking cool.
So it's kind of fun that
Yeah.
since it's one I'm good at, that I can be like,
Nice.
Then there's others that I'm like,
Yeah.
John.
I think I'm always looking for it to like turn my skin red. I'm like, why isn't it doesn't turn my skin red?
I'm like, and there's others I'm like, John, it kind of tastes like this. Can you remind me what the fuck that is? That one's not one though. And I don't like the finish at all.
No.
It's then the finish is what bugs me more than anything. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 quarter. It's drinkable, so I'm not gonna go below a 2 or anything like that. But like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it a flat 2.
Jeez.
Flat 2.
He's like, boom, boom, boom. What, down.
Well, don't suck.
That was just funny. Like, usually you're pretty, like, off the get. Like, you go to the score and you stick with it. You just change your mind 3 times.
Yeah.
I think
Ooh,
kinda
Big Gulp
with-
didn't help.
I think I'm kind of with Tyler. It's not that it's undrinkable. I don't super love it.
I just
I
really
think
hate
there's
the
some. I
finish.
think there's some issues with it from a beer quality standpoint and from a flavor standpoint.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna kill it, but I'm gonna give it a 2.
I got a lot of acetaldehyde out of that, which is an off flavor that tastes like green apple or
Was that the
freshly cut
finish?
pumpkin. Part of it makes it dry, so
Okay.
acetaldehyde is very drying. It is the science time. It is the immediate precursor to ethanol during fermentation or during metabolism of sugar into ethanol. So if you don't pitch enough yeast or have healthy enough yeast, you're left with limitless character left in your beer.
I think you've told us about that one.
Oh yeah, it's super common, and I'm very sensitive to it, and it bothers the hell out of me. I was gonna give it a 2, but I'm gonna give it a 2.25 because that description was badass though. So,
All right.
It's still a 2 average, but I love the fact that the guy who hates that flavor the most literally just gave it a bump because of the description.
Good job marketing.
That was a great description.
Marketing got a bump. That's one of those where I almost want to write the brewery and be like, hey, by the way, this beer sucked. This is why. But we actually really appreciate your marketing and might buy it again because we want to be able to be like, hey, read this.
I'm not buying that again. I'll look it up online. Yeah.
By the way, seriously, look how much that bent because it wouldn't come off.
That is insane too. Get a different wax supplier. There are better wax suppliers out there. Ooh, I got hiccups now.
I had half that wax. I had the whole front half off, and it still wouldn't.
Matt, what would you give that beer?
I don't know, man. That was a weird box of.
That was a weird box.
Probably
Slow's dying.
2.25. Like,
Because
it's still drinkable. Like, it's not terrible. It's not great. And the bottle art was cool. The story was cool. Like, it didn't set up expectations that they couldn't cash in on.
What it is. He's giving it a quarter.
Well, no,
like he did.
maybe that's why like it. They didn't put a whole lot in the description as far as
ABV,
related to the beers because there's not a lot to describe. I don't know.
9.
Okay.
Reasonable ABV.
I forgot
Like
to read the ABV, but it was also in the smallest writing possible. So,
Yeah.
which, by the way, breweries, please stop fucking doing that. Some of us are half blind, and by some of us I mean Matt. But still,
Me too.
I'm 3/4.
I gotta use my phone, and I gotta like zoom in with my phone.
he takes
Anymore.
pictures and zooms.
Yeah.
Your phone's your
I'm getting
bifocal. Is that
old.
what you're
Yeah.
doing?
It's his
Yeah.
magnifying glass. But no, like, there's so many beers. Like this one, for instance, like, it's fucking the smallest print on the bottle.
So very few states have laws about putting ABVs on packaging. So
yeah, I know that.
if they don't have laws, why do it? Because then you're not getting in trouble.
But if you're gonna do it, why not make it so you can read it?
Yeah, it's one or the other, bro.
They might have to. Where are they out of? Where's this brewery from?
Oliphant.
Well, yeah, Timothy's spot.
Somerset, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's not that law actually, so there's no reason for them to put that in there at all.
Unless they're distributed across state lines.
Ooh,
None of the states around them probably do, though.
it depends. Yeah, I don't know.
But I think that's a federal thing, though.
I think it is.
But if Tavor's the one distributing, it doesn't matter because there's some breweries that Tavor does that has it, some that don't.
Yeah.
Because they're just selling to Tavor.
Yeah, they're
What
not
Tavor does with it
They're
is
not
their
distributing it across state lines.
Right.
Which is why Tavor makes sure and labels all the ABVs on all their descriptions.
Oh, that's the workaround.
He made that up, but it sounds really plausible.
It did sound pretty good.
I
Like
believe it.
Stop calling me out. That everybody fucking would have believed me. You called me out, you motherfucker.
I was like, that does. I mean, the math checks
John gets
out.
the
Oh, it
point
did sound
because
really
I can
plausible.
come up with shit that sounds just perfect.
And I know right away.
Full made up.
I know right away. I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
He's about to get away with
He,
it.
he thinks he's going to sound smart.
Hold up, BRB.
I'm gonna slam some Captain Von Luther's back there real quick. The Vienna or Czech or whatever.
Oh, we have
it is.
the carb turned off, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won't over foam this time.
Yeah.
Well, it's just all the Technically, the bottle's still on, but all the lines are off. Because you still need to carb a beer.
I do. We need to start carbon.
What beer did we make? And by we, I mean you guys.
Oh,
'cause I wasn't
we
there.
did. So we have number one. We have the rye wine that we made back in August, I think.
It was July.
July.
It is not on yet.
Summer.
So this is the beer that we had the party guile from.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We drank the shit out
It
of it.
was really good.
We drank the shit out of
I
it.
like that beer.
Yeah. So really excited for this one. Rye Away from Heaven is one of my favorite Revolution beers, and so I'm really excited for our version of it. I don't know if we quite copycatted it, but
Not even close.
fair enough.
Our version, our take on that style. You
Our take
mean?
on that style. And I need to. We'll talk about how much I need to carb that one. Probably not near as much. And then we got a Schwartz beer that we brewed back in December. So
What's the name of it?
Cargo Schwartz.
That's the whole reason I wanted you to talk about it, because the name's fucking fantastic.
That's a great name.
So the rye wine came in at just under 11%.
Okay.
What about
So
Cargo?
very solid. Okay.
So-
Super drinkable.
Right in that Schwartz beer wheelhouse.
Perfect.
That makes me happy.
Me too. I've had quite a few of those so far.
Once it's carved, I'll have it too.
Yeah.
You yelled at me like I should have it carved already.
You should.
I literally just got it.
You
today.
could have went and got it from Snow.
I,
instead of waiting
I
for it.
tried
did
hanging out
try,
with
we
you
did
guys,
try,
and
we
then
did
they
try.
bailed on me.
They bailed on.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't think I was invited
No,
to
I
this.
didn't get a text.
You weren't. I don't have your number yet.
Yes, you do.
Did we realize this?
Yeah.
Did you give me your number?
Yeah. Because you literally.
I said I don't have your number, then I just ignored the rest of that.
I know you've got mine.
I mean, he's never
motherfucker.
going to show up.
That is not true. Right now it's my off season.
You live in Fun
Yeah,
City.
and you scheduled last brew day. Were you there?
We did schedule the brewery run.
You scheduled last brew day.
No, I didn't. I was involved in the scheduling.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
you
agreed with
okayed
your
it,
day.
and then you
I
ditched
agreed
out the
with
day
your day.
before.
All right, I had shit come up.
Is it rhyme with that dick?
Actually, I think that might have been a date. That's possible. Was it a date?
I don't know.
I think it might
No,
have
no,
been.
no. That was the Christmas shopping.
You could
Oh,
generously
that's
call
right.
it
All right,
that.
I had a lot of
Oh.
shit going on.
Yeah.
I had 2 parties and Christmas shopping, and I got home from South Bend late
Hey, what's
because I
this beer?
overslept.
And you scheduled it.
I assisted. All right, anyway, this is the barrel-aged barley wine from Mountains Walking Brewing. This is a blended bourbon barrels bottled on September of 2022. ABV 10.9%. It was barreled for over a year in American oak, is what it says.
It's one of those we talk about. Mountains Walking is either really good or not quite so good.
Is this where they out of?
Mountains Walking is out of Montana, Bozeman. Join us fireside. Expect flavorful notes of dates, vanilla, and rich maple finish. This aromatic experience is a medley of tobacco, prune, brown sugar, and bourbon. Aged in Weller bourbon barrels for 18 months and brewed to pair with late season powder days. Drink now or age until the trails dry up.
It smells a lot boozier than 10.
It smells a lot boozier.
Well, yeah, it is. It's 10.9.
I said a lot.
I'm in a good mood today, if you haven't been able to notice.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the
Maple,
weirdest.
vanilla.
I was gonna say
caramel.
you mentioned
They
those
fucking
flavors.
nailed
And it
it.
really,
Yeah.
that what it says that the flavors are in there is absolutely in there.
And it's caramely.
That is super caramely and rich.
Like, that
But-
first sip, that is the first thing that hit me was
This is
just,
exactly what I want a cigar to taste like.
Ooh.
this would be a great fucking
This
cigar.
is a great cigar beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great cigar beer and a great cigar. Like, if you made that into a cigar, I'd just be like, and I'm happy. I'm here for the next 10 weeks smoking all of these.
Yep.
Just reserve the box. It's mine.
I'm gonna just light the next one with the last one of those. Just on perpetual.
So they're just,
Chain smoking
there's
cigar.
actually just a torch, just a permanently lit torch. You just lean in.
This is pretty good.
Yeah. I think my only nitpicky complaint is I think I'd want a little bit of a bigger body, but those flavors are really good.
My exact first thought was this tastes like Straight Jacket from Revolution. That was watered down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as thick.
Yeah.
It's not as rich.
I
But the flavors are all.
The flavors are
I agree
quite
with the
similar.
flavors.
Yeah.
And even the body, yeah, I agree. The
Right.
difference with me, John, though, is I don't with my barley wines, as long as it carries the flavor,
And it,
I'm the smallest thing for as picky as I am on barley wines, and you guys have heard me pick apart barley wines.
Tear them up and down.
That's the one thing about a barley wine I couldn't give a shit. As long as it carries the flavor well and isn't water. Like, I need it not to be that water texture, which it's not.
it's not.
Other than that, I don't care.
The body does carry the flavors. And
Very well.
There's a lot of flavors to carry. Like
When your comparison is straight jacket, you're carrying your flavor pretty damn
if
well.
we're going a hint wise, like now I'm being nitpicky personal preference. Right. Like if we're
No, and I get that.
spoilery sort of no.
I just, at the same time, like, I'm that type of guy that, like, stouts, bodies are very important to me. Even browns, like, anything malty, for the most part, I care. For some reason, barley wines, I don't. And I think it's more because there's so many aspects to a barley wine that could be right or wrong
Right.
that I've given up worrying about body. I want my flavor, my complexities, which this is, because in the tobacco actually works really well.
As I said,
The
the
finish
finish on this
right
is-
now is very tobacco-esque.
Just let the finish linger a minute
liking
before you
the
take the next
Like,
one.
I set down the glass, and as I was talking, I hadn't
Yeah.
noticed it, and I was literally like, oh shit, I just smoked a cigar.
It's a nice leather-bound mahogany.
Yeah. Take it brand new, like, not brand new, but an old piece of leather, take a bite out of it, like, just chew for a second. You got that finish.
Yeah.
Don't ask him about a Saturday night ritual, all right? Like, I saw your face. Like, yeah, he's
It's this nice gag. I
he's
have.
got some things he pays extra for.
It's actually my Tuesday night. Just call Ben. Don't tell his wife.
She knows already. She doesn't like the money.
It's the reverse cuckold where the wife watches.
Anyway,
I just had a flashback, I think. Okay, moving on.
No.
So, speaking of the body on barley wines, with some more barley wine-centric people, I kind of know, like, what I think I like on them, but I never really thought about what factor the body plays on a barley wine. Where is it supposed to more line
I've
up
noticed,
in?
at least from English styles in general, the real barley wine, it's kind of somewhere between a porter and a quad in body a lot of times.
I don't really recall them ever, like, being, like, thicker or thinner. Like,
Should
more
never
often.
be less than what a quad is.
Okay.
Ever, really, because then you start hitting into that water territory. But not usually thicker than, like, a porter. And I almost wouldn't want it that thick. What do you think? Like,
I don't see, like,
'cause
this
I've
being,
noticed
like,
it's
thicker being
in between
better,
that.
you know, like...
Yep. First and foremost, fuck American barley wines. They're not good beers.
triple IPA, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, do you not see the bottle back there with our faces and hat on it?
No.
It's an English style.
Oh, yeah. All right, anyway.
Body-wise, English style.
I feel this is pretty much right in the wheelhouse of what a barley wine should be. Now, I brought up Straight Jacket earlier, which I fucking
Is
love.
one of
Yeah.
the gold
But
standards.
it is so rich and heavy. That's kind of the extreme end of where it should be at. This to me is more in the wheelhouse of what barley wines are meant to be at.
As
I'm
with
a huge
tradition.
fan.
I think this is absolutely delicious. I'm surprised they put the word Weller on that bottle because they'll get a cease and desist from Buffalo Trace very quickly.
Unless
for
they
that.
got permission.
No way. They
What
did.
about the chances?
No
Yeah,
way.
that's half the reason I bought that. I was
The
like,
only
ooh,
brewery I know that's got
Weller?
permission- The only brewery I know that's got permission is Goose Island. So
That's fair.
they're probably not Goose Island. We've had 2 cease and desist from them. So.
Hey, and again,
And you're
or they do it because they don't plan on doing that label again, and they just say,
Yeah.
"Screw it,
Yeah.
give me the C&D, baby."
We're sorry.
the Velcro flaps.
Pretty much.
Well, why do you think every brewery in the world at this point is just
Yeah.
like,
Dude, I
oh,
still
fuck
worked
it,
at
we're doing
Comcast.
one-off labels and getting all the C&Ds.
We do it too. We just got we had a conversation the other day about a beer name and like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it anyway.
Perfect.
That episode came
makes
out
me
when I still worked at Comcast. It was amazing.
Did you guys have like could you guys not talk about it at work? Were they like upset about it?
Oh no, it was like we just made jokes all the time. We're like, oh, sorry,
sorry,
your
yeah,
rates
yeah.
went up. Oh, that's terrible. Like that was the perfect. I'm like,
That's awesome.
yeah, that seems
That's
about
awesome.
right. It was.
Awesome. Yeah, this is delicious.
Oh,
It
Dr.
is
Drew
delicious.
came on and back. He says, loved our barley wine night. Yeah, we did have one of those.
Dude, we did a barley wine night
That's
with
a doozy.
Drew and Stefan.
Oh wow.
Every beer except one was a barley wine.
Yeah, we got.
Because we only had so many. And, you know, we
Were
said
you a little buzzed?
We were
a fun
feeling
one
good.
in.
It was a good night.
It's good night.
Yeah.
It was a good night. We had a lot of fun. A lot of fun was had.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's it. That was what originally came out of that was we discussed barley wine nights and everything else, and it was
Yeah.
like, do you want to make a barley wine? And then we
And-
made a barley
I
wine.
like Stephanie. He's a good dude.
Dr. Drew also says one-off labels doesn't always work well.
Yeah, it does.
He might be referring to, some type of stuff.
Orange is the new black.
Orange is the new copyright, I thought.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
orange
yeah.
is the new copyright. When they got some
They got a
some
C&D from
C&Ds
a
Reese's.
candy company of sort.
Technically, it's whoever their parent company is, but
Yeah.
Is that Hershey's?
I think somebody owns Hershey's now too.
No, Hershey's M&M's, and it's a different company than that.
It's not Mars.
Yeah, that's
It's
not Mars,
Is it
right?
Mars? It's whoever owns Reese's.
Whatever.
But evidently they copyrighted the color that Reese's is, that
Yeah.
orange.
They didn't even have anything like saying Reese on there. It's just orange, like you can't do orange. Like
So, real quick aside from someone in the industry.
Yeah.
I know we joke about copyright stuff and all that, but if someone violates your copyright and you don't challenge it, they have every right to take it over from you.
Oh yeah, we talked about
So-
that on the show one time because my favorite C&D that I ever saw
Yeah.
was the Choose Your Own Adventure series. Gave us a C&D at Books and Brews because we did a Choose Your Own Hop Adventure,
Nice.
and
Oh, yeah.
they're controlled by like the smallest publisher ever. Like the only thing this publisher has
Yeah.
is the Choose Your Own Adventure
So
series.
they got to watch that shit closely.
So literally, they saw that and was like, "Nope, motherfuckers."
Yep.
Wait,
greatest,
so- yeah.
greatest C&D I've ever read in my life because it literally was like, it was aggressive as shit too,
Yeah.
and it was hilarious because we're like, we're a tiny brewery in Indiana and we're broke as shit, but like I think we could
so's that
probably-
publisher.
like, I think we could get better lawyers than they have. This could be fun. Like, Like, you know it's bad when.
So you say if you have a copyright on something, but someone else uses it and you don't fight them, they can take it?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't challenge it,
Isn't that the
they
point of
have
having the
every
copyright?
legal right to take you to court and say, well, they didn't challenge it, so why can't I use it? So you have to defend your copyright even
All
after
the
you have
time.
it.
That's
It
that's
is-
the whole point of having the
laws in
copyright,
America
isn't it?
Yeah, copyright laws in America are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And they're better than other countries.
They're
Is the
better,
sad thing.
but then they also don't apply to other countries though, right?
Nope.
So if we could make a beer called Chimay Blue, and they can't do shit about it, you know, or we Weisstefan Helles, yeah.
Say
Just
that one
rip
again.
that one off because, you know, that's...
Weisstefan.
Well, it's also right there on the table.
Yeah,
But still, fucking nail. I mean, just look at Weisstefan, like, you know, most people are like, Weisstefan? Like, yeah.
Weihenstepaner.
Holy fuck.
He drinks a lot of it.
Nerd alert.
Literally my job, bub.
To be a beer nerd, yeah.
He goes first on this one.
Oh yeah.
The flavors are fantastic. Like I said, this is personal preferences here. I'm gonna go 4.75.
That was tasty as shit.
Yeah. 4 or 5. I think it's right there.
That's where I started.
That's where mine ended up.
I was 4.75, 4.5. I was kind of debating between that. The barrel character was a little strong. That'd be my only knock on it because I want more of the barley one character. But
Mine,
fucking good.
I loved it a lot.
Yeah.
The reason it doesn't get to like that tickle my elmo kind of level is there were two dominant flavors. Well, one dominant flavor. That caramel was the dominant flavor.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking the barrel out of it because that was the other dominant. But like of the barley wine itself, the finish of tobacco was nice.
Yeah, I love that.
But like I like, and again I'm nitpicky. I like things where I can go, ooh, that's a little bit of caramel. Ooh, that's a little bit of tobacco. Ooh, that's a little bit of that dark fruit. I never got dark fruit really out of this. I never got, which that is one thing that was on the bottle.
Yeah.
But like, if it was there, it was minimal.
Sure.
I like when I drink my barley wine to literally sit there and go, oh shit, that was like 7 flavors. Hold on. And that one was more singleized. Still very good.
Aggressive the whole way out.
Yeah. But it was very like, here is what you're getting. That's
really, again, really fucking good beer. I recommend anybody that's out
there.
there.
4.75, 2 4.5s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's seek out, like, when I'm sitting here nitpicking my favorite style, and I'm still like, oh yeah, I'm going to make fun of it, but yet it's a 4.5, and if I ever see this again, I will absolutely buy 10 of them.
It's one of those, not only do I not, I want my cigar to taste like that, I want my beard oil to smell like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who was that?
This is the reason my favorite blend, because I'll blend beard oils and beard balms, is a whiskey and cigar blend.
Interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Was that the Mountains Walking?
Yeah.
So they crushed
Who's your
that one.
supplier?
Yeah.
Who do you like? What brand?
So the Suavecito does the whiskey blend that I like, and then Grave Before Shave does the cigar blend I like.
Matt, what would you have scored it?
Refresh me. What was Stefan? Gonna make you proud here. What was the ABV on that one? Because I'm teetering.
10.8. No.
That's heavier than 10.8. Yeah.
Had to have been right.
That was boozy.
10.9.
That's right.
Oh yeah, because I was like, smells like. We're like, smells a lot boozier.
Definitely heavier than 10.8.
Yeah, with that, I'm going to go with the 4.5.
See, this is how you do it.
If that had been a higher one,
Praise.
I would have gone 4.75, but 4.5 what we're
Sexy
going with.
fucking outcome too.
The finish, like the flavor that just kind of marinates after you're done drinking, is so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
that's great. Just that leathery.
What'd you end up going with? Sorry.
4.5.
We were like fangirling over the fact that it's like a more of a saran type thing instead of wax.
A what type thing?
Fuck this.
Saran.
Hold on.
Thank you, Smo. I know I can count on you.
Gotta get that wrist angle in too.
Done.
Are you going to show off the reverse grip or what there, bud?
No, that's this one.
You're not wrong.
Still never done that.
At least a thumb, you know.
One of our
uncommon
early
for
guests,
exploring.
evidently that's how he fillets himself. And I say fillet because I also could see him going down on himself. Yeah, no, that wouldn't shock me in any way. But that's how he jerks one off, his reverse grip.
Himself off?
Yeah, he reverse grips.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And by allegedly, it's not allegedly. I mean,
Yeah.
he talked about it. So, really wish he wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Now it's
Anyway, I
all
guess
your
we'll play the
problems.
clarinet.
Our next next beer is
Why do I even push for
I
that?
don't know where we're going with this. Let's
Our
do
next
ale
beer.
song.
It was on air.
Nothing funny down that road.
Our next beer is Ale Song Brewing and Blending Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with cinnamon, cocoa, vanilla, and ancho chilies. It is better known as the Senor Rhino. We do have the Rhino suit behind us, but it is not being drank this time because we did them side by side the first time, and which was great.
Which
don't
was
get me
so
wrong.
fun. I'm kind of sad we aren't again.
Great fucking night, but
Yeah.
also like it was one great night and then it was over.
Oh, yeah.
So we're splitting them up
Yep.
this time.
Smart.
Because, yeah. ABV is 12.5%. This is from Eugene, Oregon.
Another great place you need to get to.
I'd love to go to that Eugene.
Oh, I'd be down.
I went to Portland like 9 years ago. Fucking loved it. I've heard it's trash now.
When I went to Seattle, I also took a trip down to that area
Yeah.
to see our buddy Russell
I was gonna say, when you're doing that, you're like doing a lot of finger motions and,
and
like
and
this was
Hood
that
River,
area?
Oregon,
Yeah.
the home of Freedom.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful place.
Is that where you almost got shot?
Gorgeous.
No, that was East Coast.
That was Baltimore.
That was Baltimore.
Yeah.
I like how all of us are like, no, that's Baltimore.
I almost got killed in Cincinnati, and I almost got killed in Baltimore.
Dude, you went to Xavier. Of course you almost got killed in Cincinnati.
Yeah, the guy at the UDF across from Xavier wasn't real happy with me.
What'd you do?
Because you look Mexican?
Nothing. I almost said it, but no.
No, say you're on a podcast. This is live on the internet forever.
Yeah, how about we not?
Hey,
Hold on.
He
Whatever
just,
John says is his own thoughts.
yeah, there we go.
Not the thoughts of Two Beerded
And
Guys.
the thoughts of Matt.
Oh, and that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
absolutely.
that does fit.
That actually is
That does fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many Marvel movies you own? Yeah.
How many what? Oh, Marvel movies? Not all of them.
I love it.
We
There's
know.
a couple.
We know.
Senor Rhino is inspired by Mexican hot chocolate. This bourbon barrel aged stout oozes with rich cocoa and spicy cinnamon aromas with background notes of sweet vanilla. Senor Rhino also has a surprise on the finish with a hint of...
The old surprise finish. It was Tyler's move here.
Tyler likes to swallow at the finish. Big gulp.
Big
gulp.
conversation with Freddie. Yeah.
with a hint of heat from the roasted ancho chilies that provides the perfect complement to the full-bodied, decadent flavors. Like a song, each beer is our expression. The enjoyment and interpretation is yours.
That is a great little phrase they have on there.
Every bottle.
It's a great way to backtrack. We say it's this, but really whatever you think it is.
Yeah, they're not dumb. They give you a whole lot of things to look for, and then if it's not there, hey, that's your interpretation. Just saying.
Oh, it's still good.
Did you feel the table rise? Like, damn, man.
No, you wouldn't. That's way too much of a compliment. That's at least 6
I was
inches.
trying to be nice. I never am.
Oh.
I like to use ancho chilies a lot. And poblano chilies.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's
Doesn't everyone?
No, I evidently not.
Tyler. We're full
So
mass
that's-
over here. It's just a half pack of Rolaids is all though.
Oh, that
so
makes more sense.
you know,
That's definitely.
Ilsong
Anchos
commented.
are poblanos, right?
Ilsong gave us fire emojis.
I
yes,
very
love you,
often.
Ale Song.
They
equate the
always
two
do.
very often.
Well, no, like anchos are just dry poblanos, right?
I think so.
Chipotles are jalapenos.
I'm gonna double check.
Yeah, I think ancho is
Or
poblano.
dry poblano.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I just
Which
want to
aren't hot,
slow
though.
sip this
Not
all
hot.
night.
No, they're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good smoky dark flavor.
Yeah,
Almost a
It's
little
raisiny
bit of
and-
fruitiness
Yeah.
to it.
I get a lot of raisins out of it, straight anchos. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is pretty good.
Sorry, I was letting them nerd out over food for a second.
I love poblanos in my chili.
Oh, I know.
Or dried anchos.
Were you backlogging through your boob file
Scotch
there?
bonnets are one of my favorite things to put in chili.
Ooh, interesting.
One of my
I've never
all-time
done
favorites.
that. Jamaican peppers. Yeah.
It adds so much
This is
unique
done
flavor,
So well.
I want a big gulp, but I don't because I want to keep it going.
which I'm really sad because the place I used to get my Scotch bonnets from, because I wouldn't get whole Scotch bonnets because I'm
Yeah.
lazy. I would go to the Jamaican place over there in Carmel.
Gone.
I know,
It's gone.
and I would literally go
By
in.
It's supposed to be
Union?
reopening somewhere though.
Oh, they
They
are.
haven't announced where.
That's
That I've
where,
heard.
yeah.
Because I used to go in and just be like, "Hey,
Reggae Jamaican grill.
I'd get me something
Oh,
to eat," and then I'd be like,
fucking
"Hey,
good.
I make
Yeah.
chili using your guys' Scotch bonnet, like the stuff they put in a lot of their food. It's like that puree they make. They literally dice up and do all
Yep.
sorts of chili. I'm like, can I have a couple cups? And they'd give me 2 free ramekins of it every time.
Yeah.
They were fucking
One of my
awesome.
favorite Jamaican places.
And
ever,
I'd take those 2 ramekins, throw it in my chili, and
Quick sidebar: I'm I'm a big pepper guy, growing peppers.
Yeah.
I got seeds started. I'm doing 2 types of Scotch bonnets this year, so we'll see. We'll see how they take.
Yes.
I've never done it before, but I got at least 6 plants that hopefully root.
I am thinking, because I got a couple garden boxes, this will be the 3rd year of them. I'm probably going to have to treat the soil a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, this beer is really good.
You're like a kid that just found what a puppy was.
So Matt told me to take a big gulp.
It's good.
Oh my
It's
god.
worth it.
Yeah.
I hate losing that much of this
I
beer
know,
this fast,
but
it was
it's-
worth it.
All right.
Like, you don't have to down it. Put a nice big gulp instead of a sip.
Yeah, just slick it back, let it marinate, take a gulp.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
That's a
oh.
big gulp.
Yeah, it's really good. Like,
It's chocolatey.
I don't need to dissect this
A
beer.
little
It's
bit.
still-
Oh, I just,
Yeah.
all the flavors are there. It's not spicy. I don't get any of that heat.
No, it was so
But
smoky.
the flavor
but you get
of
the
the
flavor.
Smoky is
Flavor of the
just,
pepper. The ancho character is it's smoke and it's raisins, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
love that with the cinnamon and the chocolate. This is
It's everything I want a Mexican hot
That
chocolate to be.
body is
Yeah.
so good.
nowadays. This is such a common beer. The chocolate, ancho, cinnamon. That is a combination that everyone fucking does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It
kick
is, but
everyone's
no
ass.
one. Most of the time I drink it, I'm very, very let down. Like there's
Yeah.
some kind of off balance, or there's something that's too strong or overpowering. This is a
This
great
fucking
balance.
nails it. This is harmonious. It is a nice amalgamation of all those
harmonious.
flavors built together to just put out one singular experience. And I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I'm first for scoring. This is a 5. That's it, man. This is
He's keeping track. Or he just took the reins. I don't know which, but I
for
like
this
it.
style of beer. For the things I enjoy, I love these flavors,
God.
and they fucking nailed this. Really, really good job, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to know what both of us are scoring it? Because I already wrote them down. It's 5s for both of us.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John's pointing at me, and it's like, oh, wait, am I supposed to score? Oh, I already did.
I wrote it down.
It's a 5 average. Matt, I'm gonna say 5 for you too.
No,
You fucking bitch.
6.
It's a 10. It's a 10. Name that movie.
It was a 5 last time.
Big
we had
Lebowski.
it, and it is a 5 again. This beer fucks.
Please tell me you know better.
Yeah, that's why I made the joke. That's why it was so funny.
Just making sure.
That's why it's so
What's
funny.
the movie?
Big Lebowski? No, I'm kidding. I don't know actually.
You tried.
We've done it on the review.
Finding
We've
Nemo?
No, we've done it on a review.
Love Actually.
Varsity Blues, baby. It's Billy Bob. It's a 10.
It's 10.
10.
I haven't seen that in probably 20 years. Yeah.
We did it on a movie review. That's
But it was like 2 years ago.
yeah, but still.
Yeah.
John, the only movies you've ever seen in your life are Star Wars and, well, what we've done on movie reviews.
That's close.
Did you guys watch The Menu?
No, not
I
yet.
want to.
loved it.
Loved it.
It was amazing.
Not a horror, dark comedy.
It had horror elements, but wasn't a horror. It was had comedic moments. It wasn't comedy. Like it
Loved
was
Loved it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
It was
but
a
I
good
hear
balance.
It's really
Highly
good.
recommend it.
highly, and it's on HBO now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Worth your time. Worth
Definitely.
your time.
Perfect.
Guess what? It is our 10th beer of the night, and it is our
It is surprise
special
beer
add-on.
night. Surprise beer.
Can I say before going on though, like,
Motherfucker.
just a quick thing, like, shout out to Ailson because we talk about how like the 4.5 and 4.75 and 5 is like your personal preferences, and you're getting like the best beers you ever had.
Jesus.
When we had the Rhino suits last time, those are the beers, like, out of all the beers we've had, like, ones that stood out to me that I've always remembered, I always think about. I'm like, man, those beers were some of my favorite beers I've ever had. And having it again reinstills that, and that's why that thing was a 5, man. Like, that
Nope, that
still
didn't
is one of my favorite beers.
Oh,
Even this one.
No.
The Rex is pretty brittle, I think.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
Matt, you are
There's
correct.
a whole other fucking.
It is
That's a
so-
thick layer
It's
to
a
it.
thick layer too.
It is a beer that has in
like
a
that
brewery that
idea.
has stood out
I did.
to us from that episode. That
Sorry,
Love
I'm
to
dealing with
revisit.
wax. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. I just.
This shit's brittle as hell, but also not. It's weird. All right. Anyway, by the way, fuck wax. Yeah, no, I agree, Matt. In what I heard of what you said, this was stupid. And
Did you
fun
did you smell the smoke and just stop paying attention?
No,
Or
it
what?
was still stupid good and so much fun to revisit. That damn, I can't wait for the Rhino suit now.
no, just regular Rhino.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that made me like we had that one because it was unique. I knew Smo would probably enjoy it,
Yep.
and with it being having chilies in it, like that's what I want to drink earlier just to keep from dropping out. And Rhino suit will sit for fucking ever. So like, that's why we switched to this one. But
Yeah.
like, damn, now I'm like, so next week. They also have a sour behind us that I've been wanting to get to soon. So
So, if you want to be on the show next week,
Yeah,
Not a bribe, but
Well,
So
we're bringing a whole
he-
lot of beer back, so
So
we
he
need
said that his fault. He thought it was a podcast, so he thought he'd be able to do it remotely, and he forgot that it was a live.
thing.
in person.
Fair enough.
to. Way to go, John. That's what I get for letting you schedule shit.
But his wife reminded him that yes, no, I told you it was a
no.
live show.
Yeah.
So he just didn't
Wait,
pay
so the
attention.
wife knew he didn't?
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
Let's have her on. Let's have the
Oh my
girlfriend
God,
on.
Lady
that'd be
friend.
perfect.
Yeah, she's cool. I
Yeah.
like her. Yeah.
I don't know either person, so.
Thank you for watching. Hey, I think it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, bud.
It is actually. I did
Whose
see that when I
birthday?
looked him
Andy's?
up. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Andy. You suck for missing next week.
Yeah. Invite Brian. I'm kidding.
Invite Brian.
He won't
Yeah.
show up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You're not here.
Not involved leaving us home.
Hey, he's getting married, baby.
That's true. I think I
So date
think
yet?
that.
Haven't seen- yeah. Do you have a date yet?
If
or-
not,
No.
he needs to set a date before I'm fucking busy because I told him I'd cook his food. I was like, I don't want to be in the wedding, but I'll cook your food.
That motherfucker's getting married.
Yeah.
Congratulations to one of our buddies. Recently popped the question.
Brian.
Be suitor.
Yeah, that the man's
One of the
a-
best dudes I know.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Fucking love that man.
He's friends with all of us.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That
He's friends with you guys.
I'm
I'm
excited he
kidding.
finally decided to, pop the question.
He recognizes when there's someone better than him, and he's latching on. So
And Megan is better than him.
Oh, God. Wait, we're not going to say that. No.
he'll
She
know.
might realize it. The last beer, the surprise beer, is from Three Floyds Brewing Company out of Munster, Indiana. Also, 10 minutes from where his...
Nuts, man.
This is the adult-sized beverage, bottle 214 of 3,000. That's kind of fun. Dark Lord aged in rum, cognac, and...
Saturday.
Thank you.
There's so many different things going on in this, and all I'm doing.
I love how Smo's like, I know what's coming. I was going to pause. I got him. He was so ready.
I got you after you're done. Yeah.
I
Phrasing?
there's so
Is that
much going
not
on in this
thing?
bottle, and on the nose, it's like smells like Coca-Cola.
Oh, I see that.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm trying to do the patented smaller swirl where I've learned like swirl, sniff, pull, swirl, sniff, pull, and like every time I'm
Not quite, but yeah.
every time I'm doing this, I'm getting different smells like every whiff.
So Saturday is a fancy French sweet wine, and it's very, very expensive because they let the grapes ripen as long as possible to increase the amount of sugar that's available. So it's very risky.
So you can fuck it up.
You can fuck it up hard because if you get this rot in there or this kind of microbial infection, they go bad. And it's a very. I'm not a wine drinker, but I appreciate something like this because it's kind of a neat concept. So these are Saturday barrels, cognac, which is just distilled wine,
Love cognac.
and rum.
That's how you get cognac?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not know that cognac is not
it's
normally
grape based. Yeah,
a thing I enjoy.
Oh, I love cognac.
yeah. There's time and place for that. This is something
Yeah.
intense
Into the night.
and complex.
This is creamy. Like the
it's-
mouthfeel on this is
And that's the thing about
divine.
Dark Lord itself, I really enjoy. It is a very different experience, but the barrel aged variants they do, available only at Dark Lord Day,
Supposedly, this
Are-
is 15%.
fucking incredible. I think they do a really good job with this kind of stuff.
I say supposedly.
So sorry,
because
I was off.
I would guess higher.
How much percent?
15. But I said supposedly because I would guess higher.
You really don't know, yeah.
Like, I truly would.
Unless you could test it.
Would you guess higher, Smo, as someone that's
This-
a more versed
I
Three Floyds
think
than probably
15 plus or minus 1%. I think that's a fair assessment.
I also have not drank Dark Lord to the level that Smo Money
That's
has.
why I figured I'd ask Smo. Like
The Dark Lords I've had in my entire life have all been on the show except for one. And they've all been provided by...
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like
Right?
this
They've all
personally.
been provided
yeah,
by
I think
Smell,
so,
haven't
yeah.
they?
In my
Yeah.
house, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we had that marshmallow hangy in my house, too, yeah.
Yeah, and you brought a couple over.
And the
one
marshmallow
time.
hangy is one of the top rated.
Dude, the
beers
marshmallow
of all
hands.
time.
We actually
Anyway,
had that one the one time I was at Brew Day.
You were, yeah. yeah.
The beer was fucking good.
No,
This-
one day, it wasn't Brew Day. It was when we went over there randomly, when you and I popped in, when they were out back by the pool. That's when we had marshmallow hangy.
Yeah, tell you didn't show up for a brew day. Come on.
I've been there to one.
Yeah. This is.
This is a whole different thing,
Really
man.
enjoyed
I
this.
need.
Because I was there the time you ate the last burn in.
I was instructed to do
And the
so
pregnant
until
wife
I
was
wasn't.
real pissed.
And then I was immediately the fall guy.
Oh, Kevin
That
threw
ate
you.
it.
Smo threw you under the bus so fast.
Yeah, I live with her. I have to deal with this.
He ain't done.
Literally, as he
I mean,
was
I'll
the one
be
saying,
it,
"Yeah,
but-
you can eat it."
That,
He was also the one that threw you.
Didn't
under
say
the
that.
bus.
No.
that was also the first time I met Gina.
Yeah.
Who went all this? Oh shit, that was
Very
me.
negative opinion of you.
And as the
She gets
hamster,
pissed every time you're there.
yeah, as the hamster's getting the wheel, like, oh shit. Then I see a finger, like him.
Oh, all of us did, dude. All of us pointed at you.
It's a rough
Pregnant
life.
wife wanted a pork belly, and we didn't have it.
It's yeah.
You were not making it out of that alive. Like,
I'm surprised I survived, really. But
They got a lot of heat for drinking the,
Oh, Stiegel Radler.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Stiegel
If she
Radler.
was pregnant. That was her like she'd have one a week. Have a Stiegel Radler, which is 2%.
and you drank her Stiegel?
I drank one.
He drank one.
why would you
Yeah.
do
Was it
that?
the last
Because I
one?
really liked the Stiegel. No, it wasn't the last one.
Hey, at least it wasn't the last
But it
one.
was the time that he was like, there's going to be a German beer shortage. So she was really worried about that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. COVID era. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And you still
yeah.
drink
I
it?
bought, I think I bought some and brought the next time. So.
Was that your like?
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Was that your, like,
penance.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I can't bring burnt ends. I can't cook. What am I supposed to do?
I made up for it, man.
That's amazing. I'm so happy.
I love Gina. Gina's
Two of the
amazing.
very smartest people I know in one house. And that is terrifying in intelligence.
Thank you.
Like, really? Oh, you're by far number 2 on that list, but
I think he would agree with you.
She's gonna get her PhD here in about a year.
I assumed it was
She
her
was
fourth
his
by now.
teacher.
Hey,
She was my
in all,
professor, yeah.
I know. In all fairness, I figured it was her 4th PhD by now as intelligence.
I mean, in some circles, that deserves at least a crisp high five.
Guys, I know we're not talking about this beer a ton, but it's mostly because it's just
It's
stupid
fucking
fucking
delicious.
good, and we're also stalling a little bit because nobody wants to drink their beer.
Can we get to like what
I'm
what
gonna go
flavors
ahead.
are you getting out of this? Because there's so much going on.
There is, which
And
is
it's all
also
You
delicious.
get some of the standard sort of stout flavors of the caramel and the chocolate and the vanilla. Like you're getting all those, no doubt.
So what's really funny
But I'm getting so
is
much more.
One of the
But I don't know if I
very-
can put my finger on
one
it.
of the flavors I'm getting is a weird like red wine.
Okay.
Like towards the end,
By the cognac. Yeah.
it's such a weird like I really didn't want. I've been every time I drink it, I'm like I don't want to say it because if I'm wrong, I look dumb. But at the same time, like 100%, that's one of the main flavors I'm getting,
Yep.
and it's so fucking
I
good.
see that in there.
It blends with the barrels and the fucking chocolate and everything so well that I just makes me happy.
I think I get the rub is what's sticking out to me as far as in the barrels go.
Oh really?
But every sip I take, I get something different. And
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
What I just sipped, and you were talking about the red wine, which is weird because it's not raspberry isn't in wine, but I got a raspberry chocolate.
Oh my god, I almost spit beer out.
I can
I
get
got,
no.
I got a raspberry chocolate note when I
No, I literally like.
We just took the same drink, John. Like,
Raspberry
I
chocolate?
put it down, and as soon as you're saying raspberry,
I have
I'm
never
like,
got
yeah.
raspberry, but
Raspberry, yeah.
it's raspberry chocolate.
Like it's not the first thing I go, but hearing it, like yeah, that describes the drink I just had. Like,
But I think that's on when he just says that red wine. I'm
so
just like,
one of the cool things
so
about
is this a
beer,
gobstopper of a beer? Like
Well,
it's always
yeah.
perpetually
What-
changing.
one of
Yeah.
the cool things about really good complex beers is it's also one of the annoying things. What you're tasting can be influenced so much by what you hear.
Yep.
Because a true good complex beer, there's flavors that you can't describe a lot of times unless you do it all the time as a living. And even then, sometimes you might not be able to. And so, if, I mentioned red wine, it got John down the fruit, tannin, all sorts of trail. He ended up with raspberry. And you can influence each other, and that's why a lot of times, for instance, and I'm assuming, I haven't actually had the chance to do it yet, I want to do your tasting stuff that you guys do.
That's training. Yeah, yeah.
I want to do that one day. Whenever you guys do it again.
And he doesn't have
whatever.
baseball.
But I
It's
would
a short,
assume you
small
guys
window.
don't
About 9 o'clock
talk
every day.
about the flavors until everybody's done.
Correct.
Yeah, because again, it is so easy to influence
The bias is strong.
tasting.
So, yeah.
Just it's easy.
if you just want to pop in any day about starting around 9 o'clock and just do a blind taste test
Yeah.
Don't
and
fucking
be
tempt
able to
me.
submit the your notes there.
Don't fucking tempt me.
So quick.
Smo would be
cool-
like, God damn it, he's here.
Tyler's here. Yeah.
Damn it, John.
It's his third time this week.
It's only Tuesday.
snacks,
It's
too.
only Tuesday. What the hell?
It's only Monday.
I gotta put a stop to this.
A quick, all right, just while we're on this beer, 1 minute, a quick cool sensory thing. So when we're perceiving flavors in general, you have aroma. Flavor is a combination of aroma and taste. About 80% of that is aroma when it comes to beers. That's why when you're kind of sick, congested, beer smells and tastes like nothing. When you are sniffing the beer, you have all this kind of sensory, responses going on, but a single olfactory bulb beer. To kind of do a neat technique, it's called the retronasal technique, is where you take a sip of beer.
Write this down, Tyler.
No.
We're gonna do
Retronasal.
We're gonna do it together.
I'm not writing it down.
Oh, we are.
You
Do you snort it?
No, I'm doing it. I'm just not writing it.
Like your Leprechaun or whatever?
Shut the fuck up, everybody. Yeah. Let me explain this. You plug your nose. You sit
Please tell me this is how the taste experience goes.
What did I just say? You plug your nose. You take a sip of beer. You swallow. Keep your mouth closed, and then then open your nose and exhale through your nose. So it allows you to kind of sniff the beer after it's been swallowed. You get a whole new sense of flavors out of it.
I was going to say,
Trust
Tyler's tricked me with this before.
No,
Just hold your nose and open your mouth.
You son of a bitch. I was in the middle of doing it. Beer went about went on my nose thanks to you.
All right, so it's
all right, no problem doing that. So
Hey,
hold your
plug.
hold your nose.
No, it's no
Take a
John.
sip.
That's why.
Close your mouth.
Close my mouth and my nose. Do you want me to die?
Shut up. After you swallow, release your nose and exhale. But don't leave it. Keep your mouth closed though. You'll get retronasal, meaning you're gonna smell it after it's been down. So all those aromatic
burn a little bit.
compounds.
yeah, that was a
kinda-
very boozy.
It's different, right?
That was a boozier finish than I've had in this beer yet.
It's a neat way to taste beer because it kind of gives you a different experience of it. I get a lot more grape out of that. At that point, that's where I get the red wine.
There definitely is more, and I agree. I noticed that more, but for me, it was what really hit was just heavy barrel,
Ethanol, right?
heavy
Yeah.
barrel,
Yeah.
heavy ethanol.
I just popped my ears. Is that the right thing?
Don't blow out,
you said hold my nose and take a drink.
but don't blow.
All right. You're not invited to Sunking.
Have you ever noticed the only person who works for a brewery, but their brewery doesn't have anyone watch while he's here? Smo tells no one. Or he's not liked. One of the two. I don't know.
I don't know if I can rate this beer. It's very good. It's between a 4.5 and a 5.
That's a big jump.
What's that blanket stroke? That
I'll give it a
was?
5. I really do.
How can you
enjoy
not?
this.
To
think
me,
it's
this
fantastic.
is the complexity of it. I think is a 5. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking delicious.
So the body of it's a 5.
Yeah.
The
The
complexity
complexity
is
is
a 5.
stupid. And for me, because it, again, shocker, harkens back to a barley wine and complexity,
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 5. So is that what you're technically giving it, Smell
Yeah,
a
I'm
5?
giving it a 5.
50 degrees.
49.
It's 49.
Put
So
that
it went
back
up 13 degrees in an hour with the chiller stick in it.
Boo.
So it's not that chiller. It's more of just a stick.
So it ends up with a 5 average. Hey,
More of an
guys.
awkward suck stick.
All right, so the show is almost over. The only thing we have left is, Matt, kick us off. Beer of the night. Well, what would you score this first?
Well, in fairness, I said the last beer was a 6, and this would have to be above that. So this would be a
Okay.
7.
Well, I disagree. I would put Senior above this, but
I don't know, man. The complexity of this thing, the flavors, and the crazy everything in this, the different smells. Just
Before
on
you do
the
beer of the
smell
night,
turn.
we do have 2 5s. Which one's better? I'll kick us off. Mine's Senior Rhino.
I think I'm leaning towards Senior Rhino only because I appreciate the way they did that ancho chili.
I just like the flavors and everything better, but
Yeah, ale song. That cinnamon chili. That's a combination I prefer personally. This is absolutely
Fucking
absolutely
damn, I
fucking
picked the
wonderful
right
and
one.
delicious.
I picked a couple right
but-
beers today. There we go.
Yeah,
A couple real raw
Yeah.
ones, but yeah.
personal preference. I like cinnamon chilies. That's a good flavor in beers.
Out of the two,
Matt might be disagreeing.
I'm-
I can see it.
I see both.
I can see it.
I have a reason that both, so I have a
two.
twofold. So this one is the superior beer, but the one I would pick would be
The Pilsner.
Senior Rhino.
Sorry.
You know me so well. Oh, you broke Tyler. No, I would
Oh, that
drink the
hurt.
Senor Rhino.
That came out through the nose.
No, it came straight back out from like the throat, like just right out the mouth. Oh, God damn. Spit cum. I mean, beer everywhere.
Yeah, right, bud?
Gentlemanly of you.
The Senor Rhino is what I would drink more of. This is the better beer.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I can't say it a different way than that. I can't pick one. Beer of the night, though, I think
Where'd he go?
I'm.
I gotta pee. Hurry.
I'm actually gonna go with the old Brett.
Ooh.
Oud Bruin?
Ooh, that.
We all know what you meant.
I was so close, but not.
The old Brett.
You did it, buddy.
You know, almost there. If I had a nickel. Oh, Jim Monroe just popped on. Good night. I even learned even more.
That's
As
why.
you should.
That's
That's
why
why
we bring
Smo's here.
Smo on.
Yeah, no, that was a style I've never really known a lot of, and that was, I think, a tasty beer.
This is fantastic, but Senor Rhino's beer tonight.
Yeah, AleSmith.
Oud Bruin.
Ale song, sorry.
I agree with Matt. It's Oud Bruin. It
Yeah.
really is.
That was pretty incredible.
The
Too.
complexity of that beer made it one of my favorites. So,
Yeah.
thanks again for watching, guys.
Yes,
It's been
thank
a
you.
hell of a lot of fun. TBG_Ops guy,
Modog BQ.
our guest,
Money.
and behind the camera, the one, the only.
I'll scream Matt.
Later, guys.
See ya. I gotta pee.
And evidently, fuck our sponsors.